Hi guys, this is Dumpy Bobble. No, not really. My name's James, I go by JSR, and welcome. This is a tutorial that I am creating for The Legend of Zelda on the Nintendo Entertainment System. This tutorial is designed for new players, new runners of the game. This is for you if you are only vaguely familiar with the game or its speedruns, whether casually or otherwise. This tutorial is routed to include as many safeties as possible. This includes, but is not limited to, the white sword, extra potions, and the blue ring. It will also employ safety strats throughout the run, as well as backups for some of the areas where you really do want to count. But I'll have backups for all that stuff as well. And I'll even show you some extra stuff that you can consider, and that's what's great about this speedrun. It's very much a rabbit hole that once you dive into, you have a lot of options on what you want to do depending on how hard you want to work on it. This is a very diverse game with a huge skill ceiling. So if you're looking for a short run just to kind of get a time on the board, or something that you could pick up that might get you, years of speedrunning enjoyment, this game is for you. But we're starting off with a route that is tailor-made for beginners. That is the 2 first white sword blue ring route. Now this is a variant of this route. This is not the only way to do this route. 2 first is basically just the name of the route. We're going to be going to level 2 first, followed by level 1, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 7, level 6, level 8, and level 9. The reason we do those levels in order, that order particularly, is that each of the levels have items inside of it that we need in order to beat the game. Those items in each level, in no particular order, actually no, I take that back, they're a very particular order, are in level 1 we have the wooden boomerang and the bow. Level 2 we have the magic boomerang. Level 3 we have the raft. Level 4 we have the ladder. Level 5 we have the recorder. Level 6 we have the wand. Level 7 has the red candle. Level 8 has the book and the NE key. And level 9 has the silver arrows and the red ring. Those are your items. The coast heart is a heart. The outermost item is the magic bracelet, which we won't be grabbing in this run. And then the white sword item is a white sword. So we do these levels in a particular order for that reason. And let's jump right into it. I've been talking long enough. 3 minutes are up. Let's go. I'm using a practice ROM, by the way. This is called Buffet. It is available in the Zelda 1 Discord if you'd like this practice ROM. This practice ROM is nice. I'll give you a quick overview of what it can do. If I press the select button, it pauses the game, just like in vanilla, but you notice it's not actually paused. If I press the start button here, you have a whole bunch of options, including warps. You can warp to any screen, any position on the map. You can change your counters. You can give yourself items. And you can even change how the game behaves. But for now, we're not going to mess with that. But it is a good idea if you have the ability to use save states to practice some of the tougher parts of this run, just so you can get the muscle memory down. For most runners, the beginning part of learning this game is going to be remembering where to go. But luckily, as we go into each level, I'm going to show you a map and I'm going to show you the route using the Z helper that you see in the bottom right corner. So if you have questions, feel free to leave a comment or hit me up on Discord. I'm JSR_. What's my Discord name? I think it's JSR_. Oh, how do you see it? There it is. What? Oh God, good grief. JSR_ hashtag 7768. There you go. So reach out to me. Hit me up. I got you. All right. So without further ado, we got the wooden sword here. You want this. And as we leave, we're going to be headed to level 2. Level 2's route, I'll show you on the map by clicking X's. We're on that screen right there. We're going to go to this screen, up one screen, right all the way till we get to this screen, then up left to level 2. Okay? Actually, you know what? Let's leave that X'd. No. Oh, you know what? I got a better idea. We'll leave it X'd until we get there, and then I'll cross it off. So that's the route we're going to be taking. So on the way here, the best thing to know about the way counts work in this game, let me make a save real quick, is that there's global kills on the charts. To keep it very simple, the only kills you should ever worry about when you're first starting this game are the 1, 6, and 8 bomb drops. Now, if that sounds too complicated to remember, that's fine. We don't need to memorize too much here, because the game is going to basically give us bombs eventually anyways, so we're good. When we get to level 2, though, if we don't kill any enemies, we're set up for a nice chance at some bombs in a room, and I'll show you what I mean when we get there. But if you do want to keep track of globals, just remember 1, 6, and 8 are bomb drops. Also, as I walk to level 2, one thing you need to know is that every 10 kills will give you a 5 rupee if you do not get hit between kills. If you bomb the 10th enemy instead, you will get a bomb drop. That is important to know, and you probably will need to use this in the speedrun. But the route that I'm giving you will not include any forces unless necessary. There will be no globals that you have to track unless necessary. So, if I kill these enemies, it's going to mess up my global. Do not go out of your way to avoid them unless you have an opening. Because, like, see, now I'm getting messed up, right? We don't want that. Just get out of here. If you have to kill an enemy, it's fine. One thing you should know, though, is you don't always have to kill enemies. You can use iframes to get through them, just like you saw there. In fact, this is a skill that if you plan on running the game is probably something you want to learn. Since we're not screen scrolling, we're just going to walk on over here to level 2. As I walk, I'll let you know that movement in this game is based on a grid. If you turn early... Oh, I didn't even mean to do that. That was kind of cool. If you turn early, you'll get gridded to the half tile that you didn't mean to. That'll take a little time to get used to as you walk. Just to get used to how this game controls as you move. Okay, so let's clear that real quick. And let's go to level 2's map. So this is level 2. It's shaped like a crescent moon. We're here right now. That's where we're at. We are gonna go right one screen and kill all the enemies for a key. Is there? Yeah, there's a key right there. And we're gonna go up one room, up one more room where there's a bomb drop. Let's see if I can get an icon for that. I'll just make that the bomb drop, I guess. Up another screen where there's another key. Up another screen where there's another key. Up another screen that we have to get through. Here's another bomb drop. Here's the boss. Is there a thing for that? I'll also do that. And then there's your Triforce. So that's our map, basically. So as we come in, we're going to go right, and we're going to kill these ropes. Now, I'm not going to go into advanced strategies here. There are tons of tutorials on this. There are a ton of guides on this. If you really want to learn advanced tutorial strats, there are many, many other ways to do it. But one thing I want to show you is that you can use one attack to kill 2 enemies. Pretty simple. All you're doing is letting the beam go through. One other thing I like to show people, even though this is relatively advanced, is sword whipping. So for example, that. All I'm doing is attacking in one direction and changing direction mid-swing. And it's pretty lenient. That allows you to do something like I just did. I stabbed this rope, but my beam went right, and I was able to kill an enemy over there if an enemy had been there. Anyways, kill these enemies, get the key, go through. In this room, ignore them if you can, kill them if you need to. Alright, now this room does have a mechanic you need to know. It's not important. You don't need to remember this, but it's nice to, because this is the room that's going to give you the bombs that you need in order to get this run started. So if you look on the screen, you see 5 clouds. Those are your enemy spots. Excuse me, enemy spawns. The one in the center, slightly off center to the right, that's the one we're worried about. This room has a weird mechanic. I don't know what it's called. I call it the master enemy. If you kill that middle enemy, all of the gorillas in this room will die. Now, our global is set up. We only had a 7 because that's the only enemies we needed to kill. We actually killed a couple extras, but that's fine. 8 is going to be a bomb chance. 1 is going to be a bomb chance. And then this room has one last thing you need to know. If a gorilla throws a boomerang, and then they die and they drop anything, regardless if it's a bomb or not, and the boomerang comes back and hits that item, it'll be a bomb. Okay, so that's all the technical jargon I'm going to tell you about this. We're going to come in. That was awful. I missed him. I got the rope to, oh my god. This pattern sucks. Hold on. Trying to change the pattern up a little bit. That was an awful pattern. Did you see right there though? That was a heart turned into a bomb. So the reason we set this up that way is to get as many bomb chances as we can. You want to leave this room with 8 bombs. If you don't, it's fine. But that's the thing you want to know, is you want to keep your bombs up. We'll have bomb drops later in the game, so don't worry too much about it, but keep that in mind as you go. This room, we're going to kill all these ropes. They're going to give us a key. Getting beams back here would be really nice. Nope, we didn't get a single drop from those ropes. That was actually really rare. Usually ropes drop something. We're going to kill these mold orms. If you haven't been hit in a while, you might be able to force a bomb. I'm pretty sure we have a rupee stored. Yeah, I thought so. But if you do that right, you can store a bomb here. And, oh, by the way, your sword will pick up items. Wow, that fairy is a jerk. This is not going very good. This has not been the greatest level 2. I'll show you what it all looks like in a moment. I'll reset the level and I'll go back out and I'll show you what a level 2 at speed should look like. But anyways, you have to kill all of them to open this door. Go on up. You have to kill all of these gorillas in order to open the door. You can drop bombs in between them like that. And if they don't troll you, eventually you'll kill them all. You can sword them down if you want, but if you have the bombs, just use it. Just don't go under 4, because you can pick up this bomb pack and we're back to max. And now it's time for the Dodongo fight. The Dodongo fight, there's 2 different ways to do it. You can either try to smoke him in his tracks, or you can do it the easy way, and that is to just feed him a bomb and then immediately drop one a few frames after you stop. So you don't want to mash B there. It's kind of like, as soon as you get the bomb in his mouth and he starts to puff up, count like half a second, then drop your other bomb, and then he'll start just mashing sword. If you smoke him, he'll always drop a bomb. If you feed him 2 bombs, you'll kill him, but he won't drop a bomb. And that's basically level 2. So let's go ahead and reset the level. Let me reset it one more time just in case that boss is back. Alright, we're just gonna go. Oh, these are weird spawns. That sucks. But you don't need to worry about spawns right now. We're just gonna go. Oh, the master is in a different spot, by the way. Where is he? Oh, whatever. It's really hard to do this in a tutorial. I'll tell you that. Like, everything's different on the spawns, too. Whatever, there's our key. Alright, this time we forced a bomb. Ooh, I did not mean to get that. Wow, what a troll. Okay, we have 8 bombs, we can skip that, and now we're just going to try to kill the Dodongo. Grab the heart container, and we'll leave. Let me reset all my counts so that they're back to where they were. I don't really care about rupees. Bombs are good. Keys. Should have 3 keys. There we go. Okay. And this is about where you'll be when you leave. So that's basically how level 2 works. It's important, but it's not hard. The only things you really need to remember are getting the keys. There's 3 keys to grab there. Getting the bombs off the gorillas. If you don't get the bombs on the gorillas, you can still beat the level. If you get 0 bomb drops, you can still win. You'll just have to sword down all the enemies on the way. And then when you get to that final gorilla room before the Dodongos, you can just sword them down. Just be careful because they hit hard and you only have 3 hearts. There's a decent chance you'll die in level 2 if you don't get bombs, and that's okay. Just trust me, you'll get the hang of it. Level 2 is not that bad once you get the hang of it. So here's the overworld again. This is the path we're going to take. After we leave 2, we're going to go down, over, up. And we're going to grab this secret right here because we're getting the blue ring. We're going to go up, left, and we're going to grab this heart container right here. Where is the symbol for it? There it is. Wait. Where is it? There it is. Then we're going to come back over here. We're going to grab another 30 secret. Then we're going to go up, right, right, up to this 100 secret. Back down, back left, here to the letter. Then back over. And if you can't screen scroll, you can go down and over like this. In fact, I'll show you the path for that. We're going to skip past level 5, but before we do, we're going to go up here and grab a blue candle. You might be thinking, well, wait, you're getting the red candle, aren't you? Yes, but just trust me, you want that. Then we're going to come over here and grab the white sword. Then finally, all the way over, down. Now, here's a potion shop. You can buy a potion now if you want. Or you can... I think what I'm going to have you do is not get this potion. And I'm going to have you pick up a potion instead. I think for now, because you're getting the blue ring, rupees are going to be more important than a potion. But there is a potion shop here if you want to buy one. That's up to you. Here's another rupee that we're going to pick up. And then finally, into level 1. So that's our path. Let me show you what it looks like in the run. It looks convoluted. It's really not complicated. Let me show you what I mean. So first things first, you're going to go down. As you travel here, just try not to take too much damage. Try not to use bombs by mistake. You're going to go up this screen here, and then finally to the right side Armos. Watch out for these guys. They're jerks. Just make sure you're always ready to guard. If you want, you can stab that Armos statue as he wakes up and go through him on iframes. One minor optimization to note is if you hold right as you enter a cave, you can then buffer up right and you'll go right to the item. I'll show you how that looks in the next screen. Pay attention to how I enter the cave. I'll be holding right and then I'll hold up right. Again, a minor optimization, nothing to be really concerned with. We're going to bomb here. Go in, I'm going to hold right. And if I was in a room that had an item in the middle, upright would take me right to that item. Instead, we're going to pick up this. We need this heart container, so we're going to grab that. Stab him if he's in your way. Come up here. Watch out for this jerk. Give me that. We're going to grab this 30 secret. This is going to put us at roughly, we should be somewhere in the neighborhood of 75 to 90 rupees, depending on how lucky we got in level 2. This route does need a lot of money, but luckily for us, there's a lot of money on the way, so it's not terribly difficult to get the money we need. I'll even show you an alternate path if you're having trouble with money after we leave level 1 to get you a couple extra rupees and even an extra heart container if you need it. This is also another potion to keep in mind as well. But for now, I'm going to show you where the letter is. I don't think I recommend getting it if you're going to be getting the blue ring, because you're probably not going to have enough money to buy potions anyways. But if you just want to be extra safe as you're starting out, grab this letter. This letter we're going to give to the old lady, and she will give us potions. It's basically a prescription. Come on down here. Try to avoid these spiders if they get in your way. They're a pain in the butt. They're really, really hard to avoid. Just do your best. Come up to this tile here. I'll show you why in a second. I'm going to hold right, and I should be able to walk right past these guys. Then just hold upright right there, and you'll never, ever, ever get hit on that screen. I'll show you that one more time after I get this secret. This is a 100 secret. You're going to need this. And by the way, for anyone watching live or anyone who's watching this later, this will be highlighted for folks to enjoy in the near future. Anyways, again, top tile, but not here. Here. As soon as I pass that guy, I'm going to hold upright and I'll be able to walk right in. Anyways, walk to the left. If you get hit, it's fine. Try not to get hit. Obviously, if you do, this game, these guys are annoying. Just do your best not to. We're going to go up here. Watch out for these guys, they're jerks. Get towards the top. Again, just try not to get hit. It's fine if you do. We're gonna grab this blue candle. Now, one thing to note is we're about to go into the scariest screen in the game so far for new players. And if you've been getting hit a lot here, this is gonna be super scary, so it might be worth it to you to farm a fairy or some hearts. Just be extra careful. You're not doing yourself any favors if you take too much damage there. Here you're gonna go left, and this is gonna be your first pseudo screen scroll. Just press right here and you will automatically scroll to the left side, save you a little time. Now we're gonna go left again, and this time we're gonna go up here, and here's a jerk. This is Lionel Richie. You see where he spawns? Lionel Richie is a dick, and he will sit up there and puppy guard the path to the white sword, and he's probably not gonna let you by. Case in point, he's in my way. Let's see, is he gonna turn right and shoot at me? Yep, right there. I took 2 hearts of damage. You see that? If you can kill him, it's best to. If you have beam swords, you can do it pretty easily from the side like this. And as soon as you have an opening, go for it. If you're low on health or if he's being a jerk, you can go down and up and he'll respawn right there. And usually it's easier to get by him if that's the case. But again, with practice, this shouldn't be too scary, especially if you have beams. You can shoot him from like right here. And as long as you're hitting him, he'll never be able to shoot at you. You need 5 hearts to get this sword. We have 5 hearts. We just doubled our offense. Head on over to the right. Same thing here, and no more annoying spiders. Just try your best to get by them. If you get hit a couple of times, it's fine. You're probably going to be a lot lower health than I am at this current moment, because those spiders are jerks. There is an alternate path to the blue candle that's a lot slower if you're having trouble with it. And if you need to, I can show you that. I guess you probably don't need it, but I'll show it to you anyways. Anyways, you're going to switch to the candle here. You're going to burn that bush, that tree. Wait for it to go out, and then come on in. You're going to get 30 more rupees. And finally, we are ready to go in to level 1. Watch out for that Zora. She will hit you when you least expect it. That was annoying. Nothing we could have done about it. Alright, so we're going to do the pirouette trick. We're going to hold down as we enter this level. That locked door up there, usually you need a key, and there are keys on both sides, but we don't care about that. We're just going to leave the level. Walk down, then back in, and presto magnifico. The door is open. We're going to menu back to bombs. And then let me show you the layout for level 1. This is a pretty easy level. You should be able to get this one relatively easy. So this is vanilla level 1 shape. This is where we're at. We're going to go up, up, and in this room there's a key. We're going to kill the enemies in this room for the key drop. Then we're going to bomb this wall. We're going to go through, just get through this room. In this room there's a key, and in this room there's a key, and in this room is our item. Once we get the bow, we're going to walk back down, and then we're going to take a right here. This is the other room that has an item. But this item is kind of, you don't really need it. It's nice, but you don't really need it. This is the magical, or the wooden boomerang. It's very optional. I would recommend getting it. Even with the white sword, it's a high risk of death, and you're not going to use the boomerang very often. It's probably not worth. There's a key in this room. We're going to get this key. Here's our boss. And then finally, here's our Triforce. So that's our path through level 1. And other than that, it's pretty straightforward. 4 keys to pick up. You might think that's a lot of keys, but there's a lot of locked doors in this level. So we're going to go straight up here. Get through this room without attacking if you can. I'm not going to worry about spawns too much. In this room, place a bomb on the tiles either here or above. If you're worried about bombing too low, what you can do is go slightly to the right or the left to this tile and then walk this way. And this way your bomb will always blow this up. The hitbox for this wall is huge. It's huge, I say. So if you drop a bomb here, like where the tip of my sword is, it'll still blow that wall open. So anywhere here is fine. Obviously up here is fine. It will not work this far away. It will work here. And it will work here, but it will not work here. So just keep it close to the wall. If you're not sure, bomb the wall. That's how we did it as kids. Anyways, this next room, you're just gonna walk through it. Just don't get hit. And then in this room, we don't have the ladder, so we're gonna kill the guy with the key, and then we gotta make our way around. These guys are easy to kill. They usually drop money or hearts, so if you're low on either, you can kill them both. Use the key and head on into this room. This is a scary room, so don't be afraid to use bombs for combat. 2 hits from your sword should kill them. You might get a lucky bomb drop. I'm actually gonna let that go. Obviously, if you get that, don't leave it, grab it, but I'm gonna pretend I didn't get a lucky bomb drop. We're just gonna continue. All right, so this is the best part of the run to practice your block clips, and I'm gonna show you block clips because they save you a lot of headache in level 5 and level 9. Now I'll show you how to get through the rooms without block clips if that's how you want to do them, but you're gonna want to learn these. There's a 2-pixel window with a very clear visual cue and a buffer, a sword buffer that's almost 13 frames to be able to nail this. In other words, it sounds hard, it's free. It really is. If you can do this, well, let me try that again. If you can do this, you can block clip. It's that easy. Line link up here or here. Sword, and before the sword gets put away, you're gonna tap left. So sword, tap left for 1 frame, just tap it, and then go through. And with practice, you can do it pretty quick. And again, it's a 2-frame window, so this is a great place to practice it. It helps if you're playing on a TV with sharp lines. The sword buffer is pretty easy to nail, and if you're having trouble with it, there's actually a bufferless way to do it. If you line up there, you can just tap the controller left or right for 1 frame, and you'll be able to go through that way as well. Either way is fine. This room, obviously, you don't need to do it in here, but this is a good place to show you. You can just go to the left here and push the block if you so desire, but you're gonna want block clips, I promise. Even as a beginner, you're gonna want block clips. Anyways, we're gonna come down here. We're gonna pick up this bow. The thing is, like, even without practice, that's a pretty easy skill for anybody who's a speedrunner and can land on a pixel, really. And if it is tough, it is something that you can get with practice. Anybody can learn that, and if you have trouble with it, feel free to reach out to me and I will be more than happy to show you how to do it. Anyways, come back this way, pick up the map for Tiamat, and then unlock this door. Here's the wooden boomerang. We're gonna skip it. Just walk through, and if they get in your way, you can either kill them or you can use iframes to get around them. If you're low on health, go low or high, and just watch out. These guys love to turn at you and snipe you. If you do die, it's not hard to get back here. It's only 4 rooms and everything's open, but yeah, you don't want to die. So anyways, in this room, there are 8 wall masters. If they grab you, you'll have to start the dungeon over. So go on this half tile here. If you do go on the full tile, it's fine, but this is safe. They won't spawn if I'm not touching the walls. Grab this key, come up here, and now it's time for the Aquamenus fight. Now, there's multiple ways to fight this guy. Excuse me. There's multiple ways to fight this guy, but because you have the white sword, it's super easy. I'll show you a couple ways. First off, if you have beams, just stand over here and hit him a couple times. Boom, easy. You can also do this from below. If you don't have beams, just get in there. Look at this. He's not even touching me. His hitbox is super weird. So look, I can stand in his hitbox all day, and the only thing he's going to hit me with is these fireballs. He also only does a half-hearted damage, so he's not very dangerous. So if you're low on health, just get in his hitbox. As long as you can survive a couple hits, he should not kill you. If you have more than a heart, you're not going to die to this guy unless you run into his head. He does a full heart. So don't run into his head. If you're really afraid of it, you can use bombs, but I wouldn't do that unless you have full bombs entering this fight. Grab the heart container. Go over to the right here and grab the Tringle. And you're already 2/8 the way through the run. Let me clear our map. And I'll show you the path to level 3. Now I'm going to show you real quick on the map. a couple safeties that exist, and I think for beginners, I'm gonna say, if you're getting the blue ring, you're not gonna want to, probably not gonna want to buy a potion. You can, but you probably don't need to. Instead, what I'm gonna have you pick up is a couple different things that are gonna help out tremendously with the end game if you're able to avoid likes. Now, the thing with likes is if you get eaten by a like, they'll eat your shield. But there's a really cheap shield that we can get because we have the blue candle. So what we're going to do is we're going to menu to our candle here. And I'm going to make a save state right here. You're going to pick this up either way. This is a 30 secret. And as we leave, here's where the safety route and the direct route are going to differentiate. So first things first, you're going to go left here. This is all safeties, by the way. None of this is required. Pick and choose as you will. I do recommend you get this. This is going to be another heart container, but instead, we're going to grab this potion. There is another potion, and I'm going to show it to you in a moment. But first, let's go over here and burn this bush. And in there, you'll find the big shield. This is the cheapest of the big shields. Now, this is a big investment. I don't recommend you grab this, but if you do, just keep in mind what that's going to mean as far as if you get eaten by a like. It's going to change how you approach rooms with likes. However, this shield will block Wizrobe beams, and it'll block most fireballs in the game with only a few exceptions like Ganon, I think some of the bosses. Everything else, I'm pretty sure it blocks. It does not block the big rocks on Death Mountain. I am not going to pick this up, but I did want to show it to you. So I'll put it on the map so you can see it for later. That's that. That's another potion or heart container. This is the big shield shop. And then below that is a 10 secret rupee. I would not get this 10 secret rupee I'm going to show you unless you buy the shield. This is the 10 rupee secret. Okay, so we're not going to get any of that. We are going to get the potion. So let's grab this potion. I almost grabbed the heart. I've done that in races before. That's why that's called BT's race heart, because BT was the first to do it. All right, let's make a save state. Now, we're going to walk over here. Before I go into level 3, though, I'm going to show you another safety. So if you're going to level 3, your path is going to change here. We're going to go right, and I'm going to show you one last safety. Now, this safety's out of the way, so it's only a last ditch kind of thing. You're not going to want to come over here and do this unless you're desperate. However, under this bush here, that is a 100 secret. If you buy the big shield, you can grab that 100 secret and it'll bring you back. So let's say I had bought the big shield, I'd be at 114 rupees right now. This will put me at 214. We need 250 to buy the blue ring. There are more secrets in the game, and you can make that up. But if you wanted to, if you were going to get all the safeties, this would be the secret I would get to pick that back up. That'll put you back there. One last thing to show you is under this cliff here is another take any. I'll mark these on the map as they load. This is a 100 secret, and this is a take any. This is the other heart container in the overworld that we haven't seen yet to this point, and I like to say this is the backup potion. So if you use both of the potions you have in your inventory right now before you go to level 9, after you beat level 8, you can walk over here, and it's a really easy path. I'll show you on the map down in the bottom right of your screen. Level 8 is where we'll be, and I'll show this to you once we get to that point, but you'll basically go up, left, left, down, down. And then after you got the potion, you would whistle to level 1 and continue to 9 as you would normally would. But these are your backup safeties if you get the big shield and or need money for any reason and or you use your potions. We have the letter, so that's another reason that you might want to grab this potion later is if you're short on money and can't buy another potion. So now you've seen all of the other safeties in the game. We're going to go back to where we were. So right now on the map, we're on this square here that you see highlighted. We're very much near start. I want to show you a couple more things real quick in the neighborhood. Here, this is one screen right of start. That is a potion shop. That is good to note if you decide to get the letter and you want to buy a potion and pick up all the heart containers. You can do that as well. One other safety to note is this is one screen above start. Is under this cliff. That's a 30 secret. If you get the big shield, if you want to buy the blue ring still, you're going to want this. And in fact, we're going to want it because we're buying the blue ring right now. So, grab this. Now, we're still a little short on money. We have a couple options. A, we can farm until we get to 250 rupees and buy the blue ring. B, we can go over here and pick up a secret. I'll show you where that is. Or C, we can do level 3 without the blue ring. And you have a potion in your pocket. You could do that. But if you just want to be safe for your first couple runs, you can come up here and get this secret here that I showed you earlier. This is 10 rupees. I want that. That's what I was farming. So this is going to put me at 248 rupees. Now we just need 2. So now we only need 2 rupees. You can scroll here if you feel like you can scroll. I'm not going to go into screen scrolls at all. If not, just come down this way. I believe I'm going to get a fairy here. That's another potion shop right here, by the way. There's our fairy. I need money. All right, so this is the other potion shop here if you want to buy a potion. So either of those are viable options, but frankly, I don't think you'll need them on this route. Just want to show you where they're at in case you want to know. So I'm going to show you how to get the blue ring early. If you have good luck at level 2, you won't need to do this. I did not, so we need 1 more rupee. There we go. All right, we farmed our rupees. We're at max. We're going to come up here, and we're going to touch this middle Armos and head on in. And as soon as we get past this lag, we're going to hold up right, and it's going to take us right to the blue ring. Now, before we continue, we mark these on the map so you can see them. There's our blue ring, and this is a notable area. We're going to be back in this area later in the game to buy arrows and bait, which we need to beat the game. This shop here is actually the cheapest bait in the game. It's 60 rupees. And then the shop down here is a typical arrow shop. Arrows are 80. We need 140 rupees plus rupees to fire arrows, which in this game is 1 rupee per, in order to beat the game at this point. So maximum, like the minimum amount of excuse me, let me try that again. The minimum amount of money you're going to need to beat the game from this point forward is 142 rupees. That is the bare minimum. You're probably going to want more than that because arrows are very useful, especially in levels 7, 6, and 9. Nice. But if you're just going bare minimum, you've already got the safeties. I mean, assuming that we didn't get the big shield, because again, if you want the big shield, you got to go get that 100 secret. Now there is one more 100 secret, and I'm going to show you where that's at. You're going to want to pick this up in order to buy the arrows and bait. So we're going to head over this way and down here, and then we're going to go left here. And here, I did not mean for that to happen, but whatever. You saw I got hit and I didn't take any damage according to the HUD, right? That's because the blue ring has doubled our defense. We actually did take damage, you just can't see it. Imagine we have 12 hearts with green tunic, and we just lost half a heart. Although the game still thinks we have full health, so we do still have our beams. That's what the blue ring does. Anyways, this 100 secret is required on no matter what the route is. You're going to want this if you're getting the blue ring in order to buy our arrows and bait later in the game. This is going to take all of the rupee pressure off. If you walk on the top part of this tile, you won't go down the stairs, and you can go back across like this. And finally, down, right. If they get in your way, just sword them. and you can walk right through them. And finally into level 3. So that's a lot of overworld. Let's recapitulate real quick. We started at level 1. Here's the 30 secret. Here's safeties. All these safeties right here. The heart container that we got the potion in, the big shield shop, and the 10 rupee secret below it. So the 30 secret, potion, big shield, 10 secret. If you want the big shield, I highly recommend that after you buy it, you go down to here and get this 100 secret. And there's an optional backup potion here if you'd like. The 30 secret here is probably required if you're getting the blue ring. These are 2 potion shops that are optional if you get the letter. The blue ring is up here. You need 250 rupees to buy it. And then we'll come back here later for the bait and the arrows. The 100 secret here is required pretty much if you're getting the blue ring. If you're not, there's other options, but this is really useful. And then finally, level 3. I know that's a lot to take in. That's probably the busiest of all of the overworld sections. We typically do level 3 first to eliminate a lot of the walking that we just did between level 2 and 1 and level 1 and 3. That's the biggest difference, by the way, in the speed of the routes of 2 first and 3 first is the amount of walking we just did. We just did probably 5 minutes of walking, whereas in, well, record route, that's about 1.5 minutes. It's not much. We do a lot of extra stuff for these safeties, but these safeties are going to make it so much easier here in level 3. So, level 3 looks like this. Yes, it's an awkward shape. We start off in this room. We're going to go left, and there's a key in this room. We're going to pick that up. We're going to go up, and there's a key in this room. We're going to pick that up. We're going to go up, and in this room, there's a bomb drop. We're going to use that as a backup. You're not going to grab that now unless you're out of bombs. If you have bombs, you're going to leave the drop on the floor. Now, there are 2 separate routes in level 3. There's a top route and a bottom route. If you do not get bombs off the dark nuts, if you only have 4 bombs, it's up to you if you want to go top route. There's another bomb drop up here. I'll show you the route real quick on both. It's really up to you. I don't recommend doing bottom route unless you're out of bomb, or unless you're excuse me, let me rephrase that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it that way. I strongly suggest you do the bottom route unless you're out of bombs, which you shouldn't be, because these dark nuts up here have bombs for us. But if you're worried about your dark nut combat, and I'll show you quickly how to fight them, then you're probably not even going to have any trouble with it. You're probably going to be fine. Anyways, these Zols, if you have wooden sword, you can't kill them in 1 hit. But because you have white sword, these guys die in 1 hit. They're super easy to kill, and they drop a lot of money. We need money. So let's kill all these guys. And of course, they turn me into a liar. We only got 6 rupees. We need 29 more. We're going to switch to bombs here, by the way. We're going to go up here, and we're going to kill all 5 of these Zols. If you have beams, this is much easier. And I probably should have showed the ferry outside, by the way. There is a ferry. Let me go back to the overworld map real quick. So we're at level 3. If you're low on health, if you go left 1 screen and up 3 screens, this is a fairy fountain right here. It's not a bad idea if you get bopped around in the overworld to go up there and hit this fairy fountain before you go to level 3 or level 4. Or level 7 for that matter. This is a very useful fairy fountain, so keep this in mind as we go through the run. Anyways, so we grab this key, and we're going to go up to this room, and now here's the dark nut room. Now, one thing to note about dark nuts. I like to pretend I'm playing Pac-Man when I fight them. I might be a little too hard to explain, so instead what I'm going to say is you cannot stab them from the front. You can only stab them from the back and the side. It's always dangerous to approach them from the front or the back because they like to turn on a dime. It's complicated, and since you're a new runner, you're probably not interested in learning why. So instead, fight them from the side. Remember that sword whip technique I was showing you earlier? Just sword whip him and run. Sword whip him and run. Assume they're going to turn on you. Run away. We got a bomb drop. That was nice. I did not mean to pick that up. Let's pretend that those are on the floor still. Actually, no, I have a sword. I have a save state. Oh, I'm getting my bombs back. Game. Oh, never mind. There we go. Leave this here unless you have less than 4 bombs. If you have 5 or more, leave this here. You won't need it right now. We're going to grab it on the way back. Now, I'm not going to show you all of the strategies for top route. Instead, I'm just going to quickly show you it so you understand it. But bottom route is not only faster, it's easier to remember. I'm just going to show you top route, though, so you see it. If you're doing top route, you're going to have to kill all 3 of these Zols and pick up this key. Go left. Here's your bomb drop. If you kill all 5 of these keys, there's a bomb there. This room can be really slow if you don't have beam swords. You're going to grab this key here, and then finally go down where you'll meet up with bottom route. This is the room that you have to kill all 5 Dark Nuts. If you're going bottom route instead, which is what I recommend, you're going to go left here. Get to the center of the room, it's safe. If any of these keys get in your way, kill them. Walk in front of the traps to make them come out, walk back to the right, then unlock the door and go through. Now, since we're on bottom route, we're going to go up here to grab this key. If anything gets in your way, kill it. Now, in this room, same deal, but if you have bombs, you can drop bombs there and hope you get lucky like I just did. That was a pretty good room. If you don't have bombs, just remember what I was telling you. Always fight the Dark Nuts from the side. 90-degree angles. Always assume they're going to turn at you and run away. Don't let yourself get cornered. And don't chase them down unless the only one left is the one you're fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be behind them stabbing them because they'll turn on you and run right into you. In this room, there's a really safe strat. This room is scary, and I'll show you what I mean. This is the raft room. Oh, let me update the map, by the way. I'm sorry. This is a key here. That's a shutter door. And then here's our item. And then finally, our boss is here, and our Triforce is here. Okay, that's... none of this matters. Okay, cool. And then the route takes us over here, 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 and here. Okay, cool. The rest of those rooms we're not even going in. So in this room, these Dark Nuts are scary, right? Well, if you hold down right and stab there, 99 times out of 100, you're going to get through this room without ever getting hit. There's a slim chance you could get a troll pattern. It's super rare. And even if you do, just get into that staircase. So again, you're going to hold down right coming through the door and then stab there. And just get in that staircase. Go grab your raft. And that's the hard part of level 3, honestly. I mean, Manhandle is hard, but not terrible. Not with White Sword and Blue Ring. This should be a relatively easy fight for you because the game is designed that way. When you leave the staircase, you're going to go up immediately. The spawns give you an opening. Just get out. Now, one thing to note. If you are out of bombs here, we have that pack of bombs chilling in that first Dark Nut room. If you need bombs, they're there for you. But you're going to want as many bombs as you can going into the Manhandla fight. You remember that room that I showed you a minute ago with the keys and that chute and the top route? Where that bomb drop was on the floor? If you have less than 2 bombs, so you have 1 or 0 bombs, I strongly recommend going back and getting those bombs. If you have 3 or more, you're probably okay to just go back the way you came. Because if you have 3, you're going to be at 7 here in a minute. Now, if you have more than 4, if you have 5 or more, don't pick that up yet. Go around it, come over here, bomb the wall. Remember, you can drop it on these tiles, as well as these tiles. Then go back and pick this up and you'll have maximum bombs. That way you have the most bombs at your disposal. Again, if you do not have 7 bombs or more here, for your first run, I strongly suggest going back up and left to get those bombs. If not, just go ahead and head right. In this room, just get through. If they get in your way, stab them, but they should stay out of your way. And then in this room, same deal. We're going to go to this tile, drop a bomb, go up, and then you should be able to walk right through. And then finally, the boss, Manhandla. Now, this boss is a beginner's trap. Now, if you go bottom route, and this is why I recommend bottom route, is that this boss is relatively predictable. I stress relatively on bottom route. If you go top route, he's going to spawn way over in the bottom right corner, and by the time you get over there, he's probably doing something else. Top route Manhandla is very, very tough. Manhandla does a full heart of damage every time he hits you, and I believe his fireballs do a full heart. But because we have Blue Ring, they only do a half heart. So I'm wrong. I forgot I had Blue Ring. With Blue Ring, you can take 12 hits in this room. With White Sword, his heads only can take 2. So he can take less hits than you can. But more importantly, we have bombs. And this is why having 7 or more bombs coming into this room is so nice. You should have no less than 6 if you followed my route. As you walk in, you're just gonna hold right and drop a bomb. And if he trolls you like he did there, just gonna try to line him up for another try at it. And we still have 5 bombs. We no reason to panic here, and boom. Basically, you want to treat it like getting a strike in bowling. If you're good at bowling, this is a pretty easy fight. You just want to get him to roll over the top of those bombs. If you run out of bombs and you have beams, you can hit him from across the room. If not, you're just gonna have to get in his face. Remember, you have a potion. If you do the bombs right and you get that machine gun sound effect, that sound effect, it'll store a forced bomb on you that if you don't get hit and you kill him, you'll get a bomb drop. That'll take some practice, but it's not terribly hard. Worst case scenario, you've got potion and 6 hearts. Just kill him and move on. Then you grab your heart container and grab the Triforce and you're done with level 3. It really is that simple. I know it sounds complex, but really the only thing you need to remember are where the keys are and those rooms that have forced combat. So far in this entire run, we've only had a few rooms with forced combat. That's going to change very quickly. We're also going to have our introduction to dark rooms very shortly as well. But one more time, level 3, key, bomb drop. If you go top route, there's a key here and a bomb here. If you go bottom right, you're just going to go left, up to this key. This key you're going to want. Kill these enemies in this room. And then go down for the raft. Then go back to the right. Pick up the bombs as necessary. You're going to want 6 or more going into the Manhandla fight. So manage your bombs wisely here. Remember, if you are absolutely, positively out of bombs, or if Manhandla kills you and you need bombs, say you only have 1 left, Dark Nuts can drop bombs, and you can also force bombs. You just need to start with a clean count. So reset your count by taking damage, kill 9 enemies, and then drop that that bomb on like a Zol or a Dark Nut and try to get a kill that way. Just be careful. That's going to be something you're going to want to practice if you're doing that. But if you follow the route as I showed you, you should be good to go. All right. So there's a couple different ways that you can get the arrows and the bait, but we don't need them now. So I'm going to assume you're not going to have 140 rupees yet. That's fine. We don't need them yet. We can get all that stuff before we go to level 7. We don't need it. So instead, we're going to take a very direct route here. Unless you're out of potions for some reason, in which case you may be out of money. And I want to show you that here, 3 screens left, is a 30 secret that you can pick up if you're desperate for money. There's also a 10 secret under this bush here. Those are both optional, and I'm not going to be grabbing them, but they're good to know in case you need a potion in an emergency. That's 40 rupees. That's most of the price for a blue potion. However, we're not worried about that. We're going to go left, up, right, up into level 4. Very quick and very easy. Just go left. Don't walk into the bottom of these guys. They'll hurt you. Go up. Go right. If you get lucky, you can walk right through the screen, but kill them if they get in your way, because you're going to want beams. Oh dear. Okay, I got my beams back. Whatever. Cross the bridge and go up. You want to be in the middle here. I'll give you the quick and dirty explanation as to why. As you go into this screen, if Zora appears above the dock, and it's a slim chance, it's rare, but if she does, if you're on this tile and you hold up, you'll never, ever get hit here. But if you forget, it's fine. Just get to that dock as soon as you can. If it looks like she's going to hit you, dodge. It's fine. You can just dodge and just go over to the side, then go up as soon as she's out of your way. Once you're on the rafter and invulnerable, they can't hurt you. Go into level 4. It's really that simple between levels 3 and 4. And for the remainder of the run, it's relatively simple. There's not a lot that you need to know. All right, so let's go ahead and clear the overworld real quick, and let's go to level 4. I'll show you the map, and I'll show you our route. So we're here. We're going to go up through the room, into this room where there's a key, and then left. Now, this room is a dark room, but we don't need to kill anything. We're just going to get through. I'll show you the lineup for the block clip, but really you don't need it. You can also even use your candle if you want to see the room. We're gonna go up to a room with a key. Up, and you'll see a river in this room that we can't cross. So you're gonna have to go right. You're gonna have to kill all the enemies in this room. And then finally, here's our ladder. Then we're gonna go back, left, left, up, right, up, right. Oh, yeah, there's a key in this room. These are rupees. I don't know if there's a rupee thing. There's not. Down, left, or sorry, right to the boss. I don't know if there's a boss thing, whatever. And then finally the Triforce. Now this is a relatively complex dungeon at first glance, but it's really not as bad as it looks. There's not a lot of forced combat. The forced combat's obvious. This level funnels you in the right direction. There is a complicated ladder clip. I'll show you how to do it, but if you don't want to do it, you don't need to, and I'll show you how to not do it. So anyways, go up here. Now our white sword will not kill these enemies in one hit. These are Vires. They'll split into keys. Do not stab them unless they get in your way. They will drop bombs if you can bomb them if you get lucky. And that's the thing. That's why we call it trusting the Vires. I wouldn't do that. Don't do that. It's just something you might want to know if you're ever absolutely desperate. You can bomb them and maybe get a bomb drop. I wouldn't do it. Just ignore them. Stab them, and then remember, they're going to split. So don't just try to walk through. They'll hit you. Just get through this door however you need to. You're going to go right slightly up. Kill any keys that get in your way. Of course, I get hit. You'll notice as you play more that the slower you go, the more likely you're going to be of getting hit. Pick up that key and go left. And here's our first dark room of the entire game. If you're not comfortable doing this in the dark, you can use the candle, and that'll light your way and you can see the room. There's the block clip that we have to do in the run. You're going to want to line up. You see on the right that crack in the wall? That's your visual cue. You want to line link up with the middle of that, and then you can do the buffer and get through. That's how we clip this room. In the dark, it looks like this. Oops. Like that. That does take a little practice. That is advanced. If you don't want a block clip, you can just walk around. Just remember those blocks are there. Just get through. And again, if you need to, you can use the candle. There's no shame in it. Same thing in this room. This room is dark as well. Not nearly as dangerous, but you can throw a fire out. Remember, these guys drop money, so don't be afraid to kill them. Grab this key and go up. Another dark room awaits. This room here, we cannot cross this river. It's impossible unless we get the ladder. So we only have one direction to go. We're going to go right. In this room, this is the famous NSU room, because if you look at it from above, it looks like the letters NSU. With white sword, I would probably, especially if you need the candle for dark rooms, I wouldn't bother menuing here. But these guys die much quicker with bombs. Bombs kill them in one hit, the white sword does not. And if you don't have beams and you hit all 5 of these enemies, you're going to end up with a room full of keys, and you don't have the stepladder yet, which makes this room a pain in the ass. You'll see a lot of runners get pissed off when they screw this room up and the keys go spread off. TLDR, just kill them and move on. But you're best to do it in chunks, like one at a time if you can. See, I didn't mean to hit that guy. Sword whips are really, really useful here, by the way. Just kill them. If you want to use bombs, I would drop bombs over here like this. And see, I killed all 4 of them, and I got a lucky clock. You can do that. Just keep in mind one thing when it comes to this level. To do the route we're going to be doing, you're going to need a minimum of 2 bombs. And you're really going to want 3. I'm going to show you why, because after the ladder, you're going to do your first bomb force. Now, don't be scared. I got a really nice and easy setup for you that's going to help you get the bombs that you need. Now, if you had a good manhandle fight, you should have bombs. So if you leave level 3 and you're low on bombs, you can go up to that arrow shop that was by the blue ring. That arrow shop sells bombs. You can also kill blue Octoroks or blue Moblins in the overworld. They also drop bombs. Or finally, you can try to force a pack if you only have, like, say, 1 left. If you enter this dungeon with 0 bombs, I'll show you the route that you will be forced to take. You're not going to want to take it. It's difficult. But if you're desperate, it might be your only option. So I'll show you it, but you're not going to want to take it. Anyways, kill these guys. Head on through. This is the ladder room. Zoles will die in one hit. These guys take 5. Remember, if you have a magic shield, they will eat you and steal it. So if you get hit by a bubble, avoid them. If you're having trouble with this room, you can block clip into the blocks, especially if you have beam swords. I don't normally do this, so this is actually really hard for me to do. Once you're in the blocks, nothing can hit you. Now, if you're low health and you're desperate, you can actually dive into a like for 1 heart of damage, and nothing else will be able to kill you until that like dies. I don't recommend that in this particular instance, but it's something to know. Anyways, go down those stairs. And grab the ladder. And I apologize if I'm being too long-winded on a lot of this stuff, by the way. This is just stuff I think you should know. Most of what I'm telling you is not required. If it's required, I'll tell you. For example, you're going to want to touch this bubble here. The bubble's going to not damage you. Bubbles in this game, by the way, they take away your sword for... You see that counter at my sword? Every time I get hit, that counter resets. And it does not... You don't get your sword back until you see that counter get to 0. Obviously, in the vanilla game, you won't have that counter, but that's how long it takes. It's good to know. But more importantly, you want your count at 0 here so we can manage our bombs. Any of these Vyres that you did not bomb in this room will be respawned at this point. But we have the ladder, and they can't walk on water or lava. So you can just take your time and walk over if you want, kill them if you get in their way, but you can just walk straight across now. You probably don't need the candle here. You can just go up, sword this guy if he gets in your way, and through this locked door. Then go right here. And that way we can avoid a manhandler that we do not want to fight. And notice there's a door that's locked below and a ladder moat here. I'll show you what this room looks like. This room from below, you might recognize this from most other speedrunners. I'm going to do a reverse ladder clip right now, and I'm only doing this to show you the front ladder clip, which is an advanced strat. I'm only showing you this so you have it in your back pocket. The room below this is that NSU room that we saw below. I'll show you real quick. You can go up here from the ladder, walk onto the water until Link's head lines up right below the top pixel of that rung at the top of the ladder. It's pixel perfect. You have to be right here. Drop a bomb that'll blow open the hole in the wall, and tap left or right 1 frame, and then you can walk up, and now you can clip through the water and get to that hole. Because this is an unintended way to go this way. I wouldn't do this unless you're feeling swaggy. One thing to note is if you go too high on the setup, or if you fail this, like, oh, I tapped 2 frames, I gotta walk all the way back here first before I can attempt again. And then you can do it. But if you don't want to do the ladder clip, I'll show you the alternate route, which basically is the long way around to here. But one other thing I want to show you before we continue on to the boss is if you're out of bombs and you can't bomb that hole, and if you only have 1 bomb, don't go this way because you won't be able to get through. You're going to go up here instead of right, and then you'll have to fight this guy. Remember, you have no bombs. This is not going to be a pretty fight, and the boss of this dungeon hits like a truck. You're not going to want to do this fight. Look how much damage he did to me, and I'm a pretty seasoned runner. You're not going to want to do this, and you would go up, and it'll take you to the route that we're going to be on. I'll show you real quick. Oh, by the way, this route takes an extra key as well, so if you do this, you're going to need to pick up an extra key as well. You'll see this room in a short minute. I just wanted to show you how the 2 routes converge. Okay, so now you've seen the ladder clip. Now you've seen the alternate route. Let me show you the route I would think you should take. So our count is 0. Remember, we reset it on that bubble after we got the ladder. If you have beams, you can beam these guys. If not, you should be able to kill at least 2. That's going to get our count started. I wouldn't get your count any higher than 3 here. So be careful. If you get it higher than that, you're gonna have to be careful in a couple rooms so that you don't accidentally go over. But if you touch that bubble and you only kill a couple enemies here, just keep your count. Just remember, okay, I touched the bubble, I've killed 2 enemies, my count is 2. You're gonna go into this room. This is gonna give you the rest of the money you need for your shopping later. Drop a bomb here. And now we're good on money. We don't have to worry about rupees for the rest of the game. It's beautiful. Any rupees you pick up from this point forward, if you have 140 or more, are simply going to be used for arrow fodder, for ammo, later in the run. Now, if you ended up getting that Zol key in level 3, you don't need to go up here. But for your first run, I'm going to suggest you do it anyways, and I'll explain why. It's very easy to accidentally use a key in the wrong door when you're first starting out, and you don't want to run out of keys in level 9. It's not much slower to do this. It seems like it is, but it sets up a nice pattern in this room. And remember, we need bombs, right? We have a 2 count. This is a good way to set up a bomb force that'll pretty much guarantee you're going to get a bomb force no matter what. So remember, we had a 2 count here. We're going to go up into this dark room. I'll show you what this room looks like so you know what it is. Okay, so now you've got that image in your head. We're going to go across this moat. We're going to stab these keys. That's 3, and there's 3 more. Now our count is 8. If you're on your last bomb and you want to be absolutely careful here, you can kill 1 more, and now we have a 9 count. This will guarantee us a bomb drop as long as you can get one of these fires. It's not a guarantee, but you should be able to do this. As you go into this room, you're going to hold down and right as you come in, and those guys will never hit you. If you're curious as to why you hold down and right, this is what that room looks like. There's a block right here. If you want to be safe, you can walk out and back into the doorway and then go down and right. But remember, we need to force a bomb here, so don't let them hit you. Play it safe if you're worried about it. You're going to come down here, and these vires should give you a good pattern to get some bombs. If you're worried about it, you can sort them down like that, and then you can get your bomb force like that. Push this block, and we're finally to Gleeok, the level 4 boss. Alright, now Gleeok is notoriously difficult. Remember, though, you have 7 hearts, you have white sword, and a potion. 3 first runners have wooden sword, 4 hearts, and no potion. So you've got a humongous advantage on 3 first in this fight. Now, if you have beam swords, this fight is practically free. You can just stand over here, dodge a fireball, shoot, dodge a fireball, shoot, dodge a fireball, shoot, dodge a fireball, shoot, dodge a fireball, shoot. Remember that those heads and those fireballs both do a half heart with blue ring damage. If you get hit, just get in his face and tank it. Now, if you come in here with, I'd say, let's see, if you have more than 4 hearts, I would just do this. Just get in his face and just attack him. Look how many times I got hit and I only took a heart of damage. One thing to note, these guys do only a 3rd heart of damage with green tunic. So you see how many hits I'm taking on this, and I'm not doing that much damage compared to this, which will hit me for a half heart every time. So it's relatively safe to just get in his face if you have good health and a blue ring and white sword. But if, let's say, you're low health, or you're just trying to be safe, or you want to learn the proper fight, what I recommend is staying at least 2 tiles away from his heads and get used to this parabola, this pattern, this, we call it pendulum strats. Kind of like, this is like Z2, you know, it has pendulum strats against chicken, against Thunder Marcy. Yo, can I get tenders, please? If anyone here can give tenders, I ban that shithead. Anyways, if you stay here, you're relatively safe. Look how long I'm not even paying attention. I'm looking at this asshole that needs to get banned in my chat. But they're not touching me. They're not touching me. Yeah, I got it. I'll take care of it. I need to get more swords out. Bye, Felicia. I need to get more swords out. It's all good. And by the way, chat, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to get this tutorial. So I might post this on YouTube. So forgive me. Anyways, so remember, I'm walking here. I'm pretty safe. I'm just going to look for an opening. Poke. One thing to note is that she can only fire one fireball on screen. Even with 3 heads going around later in the game, only one fireball can be on screen at a time. So find an opening, hit them. Find an opening, hit them. Opening, hit them. Try not to stare at Link. You want to look for those fireballs so you know where they're at and you can avoid them. Pick up this heart, and that's level 4. Don't be afraid to use your potions, by the way. If you get low health, use a potion. It's better than a death. Do not die if you have a potion in your pocket. That's the worst thing you can do. If you have a potion in your pocket and you're about to die, drink that son of a bitch. If you're not sure, if you think you can make it, it's up to you how confident you feel, but I would just drink the damn thing. You can always get another potion, but if you die, you're probably going to have to reset your run. Anyways, that's level 4. We're halfway done with the first part of the game. Now we're going to walk to level 5. Now, there is the world wrap. It's pretty advanced strats. If you're not comfortable with screen scrolling, you're not going to want to do it. I'm not going to show it in this tutorial. The world wrap is relatively easy to learn if you can do 1-frame taps and you're good with visual cues. But this tutorial is not meant for folks that can do that. This is for beginners. So instead, we're going to walk down across the dock and get to dry land. Now, pay attention to the map on the bottom right of the screen. I'm going to X and hover over the path that we're going to be taking. Starting with level 4, we go down across the dock to this screen here. We're going to go right, right, and right. Right. Okay, now, if you need a potion, or if you bought a big shield and you want to pick these safeties up now, you can do this now. That 100 secret and that potion down in this bottom area here that I showed you earlier, this would be a good time to pick those up. Because we're going to go south, east, 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 south. The reason we're doing this is we're heading to the coast to pick up some heart containers. In fact, if you're going to go this way, you might even be able to, if you really wanted to, get the magic sword before level 5. But honestly, you don't really need to. It's up to you if you want to. We don't pick this heart container up. But if you want to get the magic sword before level 5, instead of getting the potion here, you can buy a potion, which is going to be slow. You're going to have to farm rupees. You know what? Never mind. Just forget I even said that. I'm not even going to go into that anymore. Forget that. Never mind. You don't need it. The magic sword is not going to make enough of a difference, I don't think. You're fine. Anyways, okay, so optional heart container potion. I would save this as a backup. You're going to go, doop, we're down here now. You're going to go east all the way to here. Up. There's arrows in the shop. If you have the money, you can buy them here if you want. Heart container here. Up, heart container across the ocean. Then back down, and we're going to head towards level 5. Now, there's a screen scroll that you can do, and I'll show you it. But you know what? I'm not even going to show it to you. You don't need it. You don't need it. Anyways, you're heading towards the east coast of Hyrule by going east. Pretty straightforward at this point. There's not a lot that's going to get in your way. We don't really need to make a detour until we get to that screen with the 100 secret. When we'll start heading down. Actually, I'm sorry. The screen above the screen with the 100 secret. Just keep making your way east. You can just hold this. This is a good time to take a drink. Just try not to take too much damage. Pay attention that you don't take damage on accident here. Keep going right. And now we're going to go south. Now here's a good time to pick up that 100 secret if you want it. And then if you want this, you can get this now. In fact, if you plan on having this as a backup potion, this is a really decent time to bomb that open. You'd rather have short bombs going into 5 than you would going into 9. And considering that that's a backup that you would get on the way to 9, I would probably bomb that open now. But you don't have to. You can do it on the way to 9 if you want. You may not even need it. If you haven't used your potions yet, you might not even need that. That's up to you. Head east and just get through these screens. If you stay up here, these levers will never spawn. If you stay up here, nothing will spawn here. If you go down, these guys are going to spawn. So just stay up here. Nothing will get in your way. Stay up here. These guys will spawn no matter what, but you can kill them and pretty much walk through. This screen's a little different. You're probably going to have to fight here. Just shoot anything that's in your way. Try not to take damage. Now, if you want arrows, you can buy them here, but honestly, that's kind of a waste. It's not really useful. You're not going to use arrows in level 5 unless you're desperate. You probably don't need them. So for this tutorial, I'm going to skip them. But it's good to know that they're there. Go across the docks here, grab this heart container, head up. You can pass through that guy if you go straight up on this tile, by the way. If you stay on this far right tile and you just walk straight up and you don't stop, you will walk over that guy before he spawns and you won't take damage. However, there is an Octorok on the left that will spawn and will shoot you, so just be ready for it. You saw I was ready for it. That rock is going to miss me. Just keep an eye on that guy. Go across the ocean here. We're going to grab another heart container. And finally to the left here. Try not to take damage. Just be extra careful. If you do, it's fine. Then left here. Now, this screen can be tricky if you're not scrolling. Just be careful. We're not worrying about our counts here. We're not worrying about anything. We're just trying to get through. Now, normally we would screen scroll into level 5. Instead, we're just going to go up the mountain ahead. Just hold up here, take a drink of water, say hi to your chat. Oh, sorry, don't mind me. I was just having a Dr. Pepper. Now, beginner's trap. If you go this way, that guy's going to spawn in your way every single time. Stop and sort him. If you don't remember that, you will walk into that guy. He will hit you every time and you will be like, damn it. So just be ready for that guy. And head on into level 5. Now, we need to go to level 5 next because level 5 has the recorder. We need level 5 recorder in order to beat level 7, which is going to give us the magic sword right before we go to level 6. Now, it's not necessarily the only way you can skin a cat, but this is the best way to do it if you're trying to speedrun. Level 5 is a little bit of an awkward dungeon. This is the first dungeon in the run where we have warp staircases. We start in this room here. We're going to go up, and there's a room here with it seems like only paths going up and right, but there's a bombable wall here. So we're going to go left, and there's a shutter door up here, by the way. We're going to go bomb this wall here to the left, and in this room, there's a bomb drop if you need it. Now, one thing to note, if you really want to be safe, you remember that 100 secret we picked up earlier? The one that I showed you, the safety one that's by the coast. Let me show you on the map one more time so you know which one I'm talking about. It's this guy right here. This is that optional 100 I keep referring to. If you don't want to get a big shield, you can grab this on the way to 5 and get a bomb upgrade. In fact, that's a really good idea if you're starting out. This would be a great option in order to do the run the safest, I guess is the best way to put it. That's up to you. I am going to show you where the bomb upgrade is. If you want to get it, that secret is there for you. You can even get this now, but you'll have to go and get that 100 secret before level 7. So it's up to you how you want to do it. But I'm going to show you where it is. Anyways, so there's bombs in this room. If you're out of bombs, you're going to want it because you got to bomb this room here. And here's our staircase. Our staircase takes us to this room up here. Now, down, there's a key. And if you bomb the wall to the right, that's our bomb upgrade. And then if you go left, this is our item room. I'm just going to put that, whatever. That's the first half of level 5. I'll show you this because the second half's a little bit more convoluted, and this way we can take this in 2 chunks. So you're going to go up here. Now this room, we do need to kill all 3 of these Gibdos eventually. We don't necessarily need to do it now, but I always like to kill one and get this key. And bomb this wall. I need to put the key on the map. I forgot to. Leave one alive, because if you kill all 3 of them, they'll respawn when you return. So kill 1, maybe 2. Just leave one chilling. He's gonna watch over the room, keep it safe for you. Now this room is called Fort Gibdo, and the thing to remember with Zelda 1 speedruns is if there's ever a room with a name, there's a reason. This room is deceptively difficult to get through damageless. These Gibdos are jerks. Be very aware of where they're at as you bomb the wall on the left. And if you need bombs, you have to pick up the bombs from this guy. Be extra careful. Try to use iframes or kill him. But whatever you do, we're about to have blue dark nuts. You do not want to take damage here. These guys do 1 full heart of damage with blue ring. 2 full hearts if you have green ring or green tunic. So be extra vigilant not to take damage. If you took damage on the way to level 5, you should be fine. Don't forget you have a potion in your pocket. Just be careful. Now, this is the first room in the game where I'm going to suggest block clips are required. You don't need the block clip, but if you don't, you've got to kill all of these blue dark nuts. These blue dark nuts do a full heart of damage, and they take 4 hits each to kill. And oh, by the way, they're fast. So when you enter this room, select pauses the game, by the way. If you're scared, you can press select and see where they're at. But what you want to do is walk to the bottom, walk to the left, walk up, aim your clip. If you miss, reset it real quick. Don't panic. You usually will have a decent enough window to make this clip. With a little bit of practice or practicing your block clips in level 1 or wherever you want to do it, you should be able to get through here reasonably easy. But if you feel like this is intimidating, go ahead and kill a few of them. That being said, I don't recommend it. Just get this block clip and get the hell out of here. You don't need to fight these guys. There's no reason to. Just clip and go on. Once we take this staircase to the other side, it's going to take us basically to where the recorder is. If you want the bomb upgrade and you got that 100 secret on the way to level 5, you can go down here by unlocking this door. There happens to be a key here, which is really nice. You can bomb this wall, and in this room, for 100 rupees, you will increase your total bombs from 8 to 12. But not only that... Oh no, I'm out of bombs! Not anymore! Now I have 12. So you could even, if you wanted to, keep that pack of bombs that Gibdo had a few rooms ago as a backup. And buy this, and that way if you run out of bombs on the way back, you can grab that 4-pack of bombs from those Gibdos. It's a nice backup. There's another backup that I'll show you after this that you're going to want to know about, because you're going to want to leave this level with as many bombs as possible. So this bomb upgrade's not a terrible idea. It's a time loss. It's a big time loss, but for your first run, it's probably okay to just grab this. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm not going to, but you know it's there. This is the Olive Garden, the recorder room, the room of requirement, whatever you want to call it. This is the hardest room in the game to this point, and we're only about halfway through the run. This is probably a top 5 toughest room in the entire game, period. It's harder than all the level 6 rooms. It's harder than most of level 9. It's harder than most of level 8. This is a tough room because of the fact that we only have the white sword and 8 and 10 hearts. It can be dangerous. You can only take 10 hits in here. These dark nuts are going to take 4 hits each. If you do the math, that is 24 hits you've got to deal out before you take 10. This is a scary, scary room. Luckily for us, we have bombs. Now, the thing to note with bombs is that if you drop bombs facing dark nuts, we hit, so that you saw how we hit 2 dark nuts there. The one that flew to the left took no damage. The one that's facing up right now, right next to me, He just took 4 hit points of damage, 2 sword swings with the white sword. The reason is that bombs have an invisible arrow, so to speak, a direction when you drop a bomb. Even though that bomb will look the same as the next bomb I drop, that bomb is pointed downwards because Link was pointed downwards when he dropped it. So even though that bomb looks identical to that one was pointed left. It's an imaginary arrow that points the bomb in the direction that Link drops it. If that arrow is facing the Darknut's front, in other words, the Darknut's front is pointing towards the point of the arrow. Does that make sense? Arrow's pointing left, Darknut going right. You will not damage them. But if the Darknut is going any other direction and that bomb goes off, you'll damage them for 4. So here's how we're going to do this room. You're going to walk above this block here and just drop bombs and try to get them in a group. And just drop bombs. Don't be afraid to get close to them, but don't get yourself cornered either. Take your time, look for an opening, and if you get low on bombs, you can use your sword to finish them off. Don't forget you have a potion in your pocket. Now, one thing to know is that you notice at the top, and again, I'm using the practice ROM, it's really easy for me to reference this, but I have a count of 9 right now. If you build your count up coming into this room, it is relatively feasible that you can force a bomb in here with relative low risk. If you feel confident, go for it. There's our bomb. Again, always fight these guys from the right angle. Never fight them head on or from behind. You always want to fight them from the side. That's why that bomb upgrade is so nice. That's why white sword is so nice. That's why blue ring is so nice. And that's why a potion is so nice. All those safeties are pretty much for this room. The rest of the run is not that bad. This is one of the hardest rooms in the entire run. Again, it's named. Anytime you have a named room, there's a reason for it. Anyways, we're going to go grab this recorder. And if you're low on bombs, you can go get the bomb upgrade now. That is an option. But for the sake of this tutorial, we're going to just pretend that that bomb upgrade doesn't exist. We're going to go right back where we came. Now, one thing to remember is in this particular save, the run that you're seeing right now, I grabbed the bombs off the Gibdo, and I've only got 5. That's not really what I want. So I'll show you how to get more bombs. By the way, with these guys, if you walk down and sword, you can get through them without taking damage like that. That takes a little bit of practice, but it is something to know about. You're just going to basically want to find an opening here and get through. Worst case scenario, if you get trapped and you're going to take damage, just push through. Take your heart of damage and go unless you're desperate. You're better off just going and taking your heart of damage than trying to get cute and taking 2 or 3. Just get out of there. If the bomb is still here, pick it up. Otherwise, just go through. Now, you remember, we left 2 Gibdos alive in here. If we'd killed all 3, we'd have to kill all 3 again. But since we left 2 alive, we can just finish these guys off. And that door's going to open for us. Now, the rest of the dungeon is relatively straightforward. If you go up here, you're going to see 3 Dodongos. This is our bomb smoking room. This is a very important room to note, and I'm going to show you what I like to do in this room. Where's the bomb icon? Ugh, whatever. Okay, there. And then the rest of this is relatively straightforward. I think there's a key in here. I think there's a... Nah, I don't know. Whatever. I'll go through it room by room with you. But basically, that's our route through the rest of the dungeon. That's our boss, and that's our Triforce. So, right now, we're in this room here. We're going to go up from here and into this room here. Okay? So, let's go up. Now, you have 3 Dodongos in here. We can smoke any or all of them to refill our bombs, and there's a bomb drop in this room. But remember, we have to be careful. There's no other bomb drops other than this room for the rest of the dungeon, and we really want 8 bombs going towards the boss of this dungeon. That's up to you. If you want to smoke them, you can also buy a pack. I recommend trying this. It's not that hard. If you can do the one in level 2, you can do this one as well. You're gonna want to find an opening where the Dodongo's coming right for you and hope he doesn't troll you. That can happen. If that does happen, don't panic. Take your time, find another opening, feed him, smoke him, get a bomb pack. Now we get to try again. And there, we have 8 bombs. If we needed another bomb pack, we could do this guy as well. And worst case scenario, by the way, you can also do that. If you drop a bomb on the half tile and it explodes and they walk through the smoke, there's a bomb pack on the floor there as well. So there's potential to get 16 bombs in here at the cost of 3. Anyways, this room is relatively free. You just walk to the middle of it, kill anything in your way, and go up. This room can be tricky. If you feel like you're gonna get hit by these guys, stop, get to the moat, kill them if you need to. Just try not to take a lot of damage. If you have an opening, or if you think you can do this, you can just sword through them. That's what we do. Or you can go around if you want. You just wait for an opening and go around like that. You're still probably gonna have to sword no matter what. But this is a relatively good strat here. You just go up and sword and go. It's relatively consistent. In this room, you're going to want to come up. I'll show you what this room looks like real quick, so you know what you're dealing with. This room is an NSU room. As we go in, if you go to this half tile now here, and you sword as you cross that river, you'll never get hit in here. Ever, 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 no matter what. If this Darknet goes up, he'll have iframes. You'll walk right past him. And if he goes down, he won't touch you. If you're really concerned, you can just kill these guys and get a compass. But you shouldn't have to. Just a half tile over, up and out. That might take a little practice, but it's not hard to do. The room's shape here doesn't really matter. Just walk up to this key, then walk back down, then go left, avoid the enemies, and unlock this door and go out. This room is reasonably free. Just don't let yourself get caught by a Gibdo. Just find an opening and get out. Excuse me. In this room, go to the very bottom. Only sword if a Pole's voice is going to touch you. Otherwise, just go. And now we're at the boss. The back half of 5 is not terribly difficult. The hardest part's the smoking of the Dodongos. The rest of it's reasonably easy. If you do it once or twice, you should have a general idea of what to do. But this boss is another story. Now, this boss with the white sword is going to... We have a couple ways we can kill him. But we need to watch our bombs because we're headed to level 7 after this. And if we use too many bombs in this fight, we can be in trouble. I only recommend the strat I'm going to show you now if you're low health and you do not have a potion. If you're low health and you're desperate and you don't want to die, you're going to come in here, you're going to drop a bomb right on top of him, kind of like I did there. The bomb has a huge hitbox. The bomb does not need to be dead center. In fact, it can even be like a full tile away and it might still hit. Drop the bomb and immediately menu to your recorder. And as you menu out, mash B. Then you're going to mash start, menu back to bombs, drop another bomb. That's the 2-bomb method. However, now we're short a bomb. That's not good. So that's only if you're desperate. We can figure out the bombs later. Just get the heck out of Dodge, right? Here's the strat I think you should do. You're going to walk in, drop a bomb, menu to recorder, and then as soon as the recorder plays and he spawns, just sword him. With Blue Ring, he's only going to do a heart of damage. The fireballs are only going to do a quarter heart of damage. So if you're going to have one or the other hit you, take a fireball. But it's only going to take 2 sword swings plus a bomb, and you'll kill him. The final way to do this, if you're feeling frisky, if you've got full health and you want to keep your bombs and you just want to be safe, 8 bombs is going to set you up real nice for level 7. So you can menu to recorder, just walk in and play it, and then just go right up and just hit him 4 times. Now, the longer this fight goes, the more he's going to zigzag all over the place. You want to end that fight as quick as you can. If that fight lasts more than 3 seconds after you play that recorder, let me show you what happens. You don't want to do it. Oh no! I let him get away! Oh no! Oh dear. One more hit and he's dead. But you can see why this fight is not good if you let it go. Don't do that. Equip the recorder, grab your Triforce, and you're done with arguably one of the hardest levels in the game. Congratulations. This is a good chance, by the way, if you're watching this tutorial and you're doing this live alongside with me, to take a short break, use the bathroom, grab a drink, stretch out, pet your dog, kiss your wife, pet your cat, say what's up to your local JSR, and what's up? You know why it's a good time to take a break? Because I'm going to take a short break. I'm doing this live, baby. So real quick, before I return, I'll let you look at the overworld map one more time. Here's our path before I go take my break. So you can mess with this if you want while you're waiting for me to return. As we leave level 5, we're going to toot the recorder to take us to level 3. To do so, we're going to stay right where we're at, and we're going to play the recorder twice. It's going to warp us to level 3. We're going to walk up here to this arrow shop and this blue ring shop, which is now our bait shop. We're going to buy arrows and bait, and then we're going to walk to the level 7 shop, and we're going to play the recorder and enter level 7. If you want to mess with that while I'm away, feel free. I will be back in a few short moments. Alright, I am back. And by the way, if you are watching this tutorial and you don't want to do the entire run, the entire learning process in one large chunk, this is a really good stopping point. Feel free to come back to the game later on to attack the back half. And we are about halfway done. We've done most of the hard work at this point. There's very few items we need. There's very few items we have to get. In fact, for the remainder of the run, the only item that we are required to get are the silver arrows in level 9. We already have 5 of the Triforces. Level 6's wand, level 7's red candle, the 2 items in level 8 and the red ring in 9, they're very optional. And honestly, not terribly useful either. The route that we're taking doesn't really require any of that stuff. The red ring is nice to get, and I'll show you how to get it if you want it, but you probably won't even need that. So the rest of this game is going to go relatively quick in the sense that there's not a lot to do. However, the rest of this game is very difficult. We have 4 levels to go, and they are not easy. So just be prepared. This is the part of the run where you're going to have to probably practice a lot. So let's go ahead and do it. We're going to whistle. I was supposed to go up, wasn't I? I was. You probably... That's embarrassing. If you started messing with the recorder while you were waiting for me to come back, you're probably like, wait a second. Where the hell did this joker take me? We're going to be going to level 4 after this. That's what I meant to say. I was thinking of the old route. I'm sorry. Anyways, you're going to toot the recorder twice. Make sure you blow the second recorder toot before the whirlwind picks you up. This is going to take us to level 4. Now, if you don't want to screen scroll here, you're just going to walk down one screen. Go across the bridge and then right back up. Left. Up. Now, you're going to do the arrows on the way back because you can walk right past that guy. Saw how he didn't hit me? That's pretty consistent. Very rarely will that guy spawn and hit you. You probably don't need to worry about that. All right, so this next screen has a strat called the tricorder that sets up your recorder in an optimal way. It's not terribly difficult. I'll show it to you one time, but honestly, I wouldn't worry about this strat until you're, looking at screen scrolls, looking at dropping the blue ring. I'll show it to you just for semantics, but honestly, I wouldn't do this. If you are doing the route that I'm doing, we need to get our recorder to level 3. To do so, you go to the right side, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn left to wake up the Armos, then I'm going to hit A and B at the same time to sword and recorder. This will do two things. It'll eliminate the shopkeeper lag here, and will also set the recorder at level 3. It looks like that. Watch how fast the guy spawns. Okay, so you saw that. Here's what you're probably going to do. Now, feel free to try that if you want. Just keep in mind, if you do this strat, you're only going to blow the recorder one time leaving level 6, as opposed to 2, like this tutorial is going to show you. Yours is going to look like this. See that lag? Yeah, that sucks. Go ahead and head over here and buy the meat. Now you might be thinking, wait a second, that lag doesn't matter, right? I mean, the lag was offset by the recorder. Yes, you're right. But the recorder is something you're going to have to do anyways. So you're replacing a required motion with lag reduction, which is kind of nice. It saves about 2.5 seconds. It's a nice little strat. It's nice to know. Anyways, leave the shop, head back down, and left into this shop where we're going to buy our arrows, and we are done shopping for the rest of the run. If you do not have 7 or more bombs, 7 or 8, and you have at least 20 rupees, head back in here and buy a pack. Just trust me. There are some backup bombs in level 7, and I'll show them to you. But if you've got the 20 rupees, just buy a pack. But you really need at least 7 bombs leaving that shop. As you head down towards level 7, if you have any damage, I strongly suggest you go up here to the fairy fountain and refill your health. If not, or if you feel confident, just continue on into this screen and just mash that B button. Walk under the staircase, which will appear here, and head on in to level 7. This is the longest level in the game besides level 9, and honestly, probably has more rooms that we have to go into than level 9. This is a long, long level. We start in this room here. Now, if you need bombs, if you go right here, there are 2 moldworms, or sorry, yeah, 2 moldworms. The same enemies we killed in level 2 earlier. They will drop a bomb pack if you need it. If you don't need it, continue up. We're going to go up here. We're going to bomb this wall here into this room. Up to this room where we have to kill all the enemies to open the shutter to this room. Left to this room. Up to this room. This is a bait block room. We need to give the Hungry Gorilla bait in this room to continue on. I'll just make that the symbol there. We're going to go up to this room. Right to this room where we're going to bomb this wall. Oops. Son of a bitch. Sorry. There. Okay. This room here has the red candle in it. If you're on this route, you don't need it. It's up to you if you want to get it. I strongly suggest you do not, unless you want it for some reason, but it's not going to be super useful. The only real use it's going to have is fending off the wall masters in a room later on in this dungeon. But if you have money, you can just use arrows, or you can just play it safe. It's not terribly difficult, and I'll show you the strats when we get there. You're going to bomb this wall to this room. You're going to go through, use a key to go into this room. Up to this room where you're going to bomb the wall here. To this room, which is a staircase. That staircase takes you to here. You're going to bomb this wall here to this room, which has the boss. And then finally, your Triforce. That's how this level looks. It's complicated, but it's not really as bad as it looks. I promise. You're going to menu back to the bombs here. Now, remember, you need a lot of bombs in this dungeon. If you're short on bombs later in the dungeon, this room here has another bomb drop, although this is extremely difficult combat. There's a bomb upgrade in this room if you really want it, and you've got 100 rupees burning a hole in your pocket still. And then there's Dodongos in this room here. I'll show you those as we go through. All right, you ready? Let's do this. Level 7. This room here has dangerous blue gorillas. Blue gorillas love to snipe you as you walk past. Let's see if I get him. Yeah, see how he hit me in the ass? They read your inputs, and if you're in their zone, their target zone, they're going to fire, and they'll hit you every time. These guys are deadlier than World War II snipers. If you're not sure that you can get through, you're better to wait. Hit him. But see, even then, I got hit twice. That happens. These guys are dangerous. This is a very difficult dungeon to get through without getting hit. Easily the hardest dungeon in damageless. Anyways, bomb this wall and head up. In here, same thing. Just try to get through without taking damage. See, I got hit twice. These guys are snipers. They're deadly. If you do not have a potion at this point, I strongly suggest you go get a potion. But that's up to you. This is the first dungeon you're probably going to need a potion besides level 5. Like, honestly. In your first couple runs, this is going to be the first dungeon that's really scary, especially if you don't get the blue ring. Just get through. In this room, if you want, you can switch to arrows. This is a pretty consistent strat. Just make sure you don't use all your money. Save a couple rupees. You're going to want them later on in this dungeon as a backup. Use the sword unless you get bubbled. Or unless an enemy is far away. Like that. Just get out of here. Whatever it takes. Switch back to the bait. If you get in trouble in this room, the mode is safe-ish. Just be aware that the gorillas can still turn down and hit you with boomerangs, and those keys can still hit you. This is reasonably safe here, though. You can turn up to block the boomerangs with your shield. Focus on this half of the room first before you go up here and attack these guys. Just give yourself a safe spot. Remember, arrows are pretty deadly here. Arrows do the same damage as the white sword. Head on up here and feed the dig dogger. I'm kidding, don't feed the dig dogger. You'll get hit every time. Just go left here and up. If you take damage, it's fine. Try not to let the dig dogger touch you. Sometimes he will be in your way and you'll have to take damage here. It's fine if that happens. The fireballs, again, only do an eighth or a quarter of a heart of damage. That dig dogger is going to do a full heart if he touches you. So just try your best to get out of here without taking damage. Head left here. And this room, we actually do want to drop the bait. You're going to want to hit B as soon as you get control of Link in this room. The reason is that watch the difference in how the gorillas act if I drop bait compared to when I don't drop bait. I messed up one time and that guy hit me. Watch. Hit me again. I'm careful this time. Look, I lost time. You're going to use the bait in the next room anyways. The bait will change their targeting protocols, their targeting mechanics in the game. TLDR, drop the bait and they're not likely to hit you. Be aware that they still can, but more than likely, with maybe a sword swing or two, you should be able to get through the room. You can feed this guy anywhere in this room. You can go all the way over here and feed him if you want. This fire will hurt you, by the way, so don't touch it. Now, I'll show you what this room looks like so you can see it. It's pretty straightforward. You're going to walk across this gap here and just get over to the right and get the heck out of dodge. In real time, it should look like this. You may have to sword. I always sword there just to be safe. You're pretty much trying to stab the map. There's a Keese and a gorilla there. Just stab that map and hold up. You'll bounce off that bubble. Sometimes the bubble won't hit you. Just be aware that that can happen. But basically, your goal is to get to this tile here and walk towards the door. Use a key and pass on through. In this room, you should be on recorder because you just got the recorder from the bait. So I like to menu right there and go back to bombs. If any of these guys get in your way, they're probably going to hit you. Just try your best to not get hit. Bomb the wall and get through. Here's our red candle. We're going to skip it. Drop a bomb here and hope you get lucky. Sometimes these guys will drop bombs. One thing to note is that the blue gorillas do drop a lot of health. And this is actually a really good opportunity for me to show you something in regards to enemy projectiles, which is going to come really in handy when we get to Wizrobes, which is in our next dungeon. Now, let me get back to that room and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is a relatively easy thing to know. Okay. Watch the gorillas. Well, okay, they're not going to fire on me. Really? Any day now, you can fire on me. Fire. Okay, you saw that blue gorilla's boomerang hit me. I was on the left half tile in regards to him. I was one half tile to the left. His boomerang hit me. Now, watch again. Okay, that doesn't count. That doesn't count either. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, God bless it. I got gridded. Get out of my way. See? That boomerang went right through me. Did you see that? That's because the hitboxes in this game are silly. Silly, silly, silly. If you ever have to fight gorillas or wizrobes, if you're on this right side half tile, they will not hit you. See how on the left side that hit me? They'll hit you every time. So if you ever have to fight an enemy, say on this tile that throws projectiles, stand here when you stab him, and he's not gonna hit you ever. That goes for wizrobes as well. It's really useful to show you, and I'll show you more when we get to wizrobes, but that's just something that you should learn. It's not, you don't have to learn it, but it's good to know. Get the heck out of this room. This room has a static floor drop, but it also has 6 blue gorillas. You're likely going to get wrecked if you fight them without beam swords or arrows. I recommend just getting the heck out of here. These bombs are like desperation only. You should not plan on getting these bombs unless you screw up somewhere and you don't have enough bombs to finish this dungeon. You need one bomb to bomb a wall before the boss, 1 bomb to bomb a hole to get into the room that takes you to the boss, and then we're going to use 2 bombs to kill the boss in the next room. That sounds like a lot to remember, but you'll see what I'm talking about. We need 4 more bombs to finish this dungeon. So if you have less than 4 bombs right now, kill these guys and get the bombs. But if you followed my route, you should be good. Just get the heck out of here. Just go. Don't worry about it. Just go. Get out of here. Oh, you remember this guy? Simple. Drop a bomb, switch to the recorder, mash that B button, mash that start button, go back to bombs. Oh God, I messed it up. I still got lucky. Of course I messed it up and still got lucky. Of course I did. You're gonna want to drop that other bomb right on him, right where you dropped that first one. Take your time. Make sure you've got a good setup that you're gonna get that bomb on top of his hitbox. It's reasonably lenient, but you don't want to just throw your bomb down and think you got it. Make sure you got him. Do a couple fights just to get the hang of it. This is a good spot to practice. Basically, you just don't want to waste bombs trying to kill this guy. You can sort him down, but he splits into 3. So if you decide to use your sword because you're short on bombs, just be aware you're in for a fight because you're going to have to sword down 3 of these guys. If that happens and you kill one of the 3, leave the room and come back in, and the other 2 will despawn. Let me show you what that looks like real quick. Say I only had, I dropped that bomb. Oh no, I've only got 2 bombs left. That's barely enough to beat the dungeon. What do? Blow your recorder. Let the bomb hit him. Kill one of them and get the heck out of here. Come back in. Come back out. And he gone. That's something that you should know just in case. But for the sakes of this, we're just going to drop a bomb on him. Mash that B button. Mash that start button. Drop that bomb. Sometimes they drop health if you need it. Sometimes they don't. And head on out. Here's also some dodongos if you want to smoke dodongos, but this is extremely risky. I wouldn't suggest doing this. It's scary and risky. If you've got the bombs necessary to beat the dungeon, just get the heck out of here. Don't even waste your time. Alright, reverse C. So there are 5 wall masters and 3 red bubbles in this room. The 3 red bubbles are in the center, and they will take your sword away. If they bump into you, you will be defenseless against a wall master unless you have the red candle or arrows. If you do not have, I'd say 3 or 4 rupees at this point, you might want to get the red candle. But honestly, you probably don't need it. Let me show you the strats that I use in this room, and I'll show you backups as well. But you should, in theory, be able to do this room without having to use the candle or arrows ever. It's more of a backup strat than anything. Hold down as you enter the room and get to here. Turn and shoot this guy. Shoot this guy. Shoot this guy. Stay down here, and if those bubbles are nice, they'll leave you alone. You saw I was able to kill 3 of them before the bubbles even came close. That's reasonably consistent. I screwed up. Don't do that, by the way. You want to stab this guy, then move right. The hands, by the way, will always spawn in the direction Link is facing, because the game is programmed to make you think you're walking to safety and the hand appears and grabs you if you're not expecting it. So while you're down here, the hands are going to spawn in front of you. Now let's say, oh no, I got hit. If you have money, switch to arrows and you're good to go. Just be aware that the wall masters can drop a clock. And if they do, and you use an arrow, you'll pick the clock up and you won't be able to finish this room. You'll have to leave and come back in. Not the end of the run. It's just a reasonable time loss that you don't want. So just be ready for that. But usually 2 or 3 arrows and some swords, you're good to go. If they grab you, you've got to do the entire dungeon over. I mean, the bait will still be used, the walls will still be bombed, and that Dig Dogger boss will still be dead, but your health won't refill and you'll have to go all the way back through. It's about a 2-minute time loss. Don't let these guys grab you. If you get bubbled and you're scared, ditch. Leave the room and come back in. Whatever it takes, do not get wall mastered in here. Push this block, head on up. If you really want to be safe, make sure you save 5 arrows for that room, just to be on the safe side. Head on over to here, switch to bombs, and bomb this wall. And now we get the hardest boss in the game, Aqua Menace in level 7. Just get in his face and finish him off. As long as you have a full heart or more remaining, it's probably not going to kill you. If you're, again, same strats as level 1. If you have at least a heart and a half, I don't think it's possible for you to die here. Just get in his face and mash the sword, you'll be alright. Pick up that heart container, you're going to want it. And then grab the level 7 Triforce. As long as you picked up every heart container in every level we've beaten so far, let's go back to the overworld map and I'll show you which heart containers I'm talking about. Because so far in the run, we've got levels 1 through 5 Triforces and level 7 Triforces, as well as all the heart containers. That's 6 heart containers we've gotten from the levels, plus the 3 that we started with. So we should have a minimum of 9 right now. Let me show you the heart containers in the overworld one more time so you know where they're at. You need to get at least 3 of the 5 heart containers in the overworld. And the 3 we got were this one right here after level 2. This was a potion. Remember, we picked up a potion here. This is that backup potion. We're not grabbing that one either. After we beat level 4, we walked all the way to the east coast and grabbed this heart container, which is on the ladder dock. And then we went across the water dock to this one. And that's your 5 overworld heart containers. That gives us exactly 12. And we got a potion, and we still have a potion left for safety. That's the heart route required to get the magical sword, which will help us to get through levels 6, 8, and 9. Levels 6 to 9 are nice, but they're also very difficult. So you want to make sure you get 12 hearts here. If you don't have 12 hearts, you're going to have to do level 6 with the white sword. And then hopefully you have 12 then. And yeah, if you don't have 12 hearts here, you're probably going to want to reset and try again and make sure your route is set up right. Now, as you leave 7, there is a semi-required screen scroll here. If you don't want to do this scroll here, you don't have to, but you're going to lose a lot of time. This is the one screen, other than the scroll to 5, that I think most people should try learning. But if you're having trouble with it or don't want to learn it, you can just do the intended route, which is the Lost Woods. Oh, by the way, kill these guys and sometimes they'll drop bombs. In fact, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to take those bombs away. I don't want them. On this screen, you're going to want to go up, left, down, left. So we're going to go right back where we came, up, left, down, and left. This is the intended way to get through here so you don't have to screen scroll. Then we're just going to go up and up. Man, I missed the crypt walk. This is the old route. We used to pump this screen. That's old school. Old school strats right there, baby. Push this gravestone. Wait for it to finish pushing before you go into the hole. Otherwise, you'll take damage. And we now have the strongest weapon in the game, the magical sword. The only thing that's on par with this are bombs. And now it's our primary weapon. It's pretty awesome. Head down. Right. And up the stairs. Watch out for these Lionels. They'll shoot you. Wait for your opening. They'll stop before they shoot. Lionels are deadly. Remember, they're always going to stop before they fire. So if you see them stopping and facing the staircase, you might want to wait. And on up. And finally, into level 6. I'll show you once on the map so you see the route one more time before I show you level 6. Remember, we were in level 7. We went down, left, down, and then we went up, left, down, left. You may want to write that down if you're not familiar with the solution to the Lost Woods. It's up, left, down, left. That takes you through to here. You go up, up, right, up to the magic sword, which is right here. Then down, right, up. Okay? Level 6. It looks big and scary. It's not nearly as bad as it looks. If you're short a key for whatever reason, you shouldn't be. You should have at least one key right now. If you're short, you can go right here. There's a key in this room here. But that's not on our route. We're here. We're going to use a key to go through this door here. There's a room here with red wizrobes. This is the first time we're going to see red wizrobes. Say that 5 times fast. You'll probably end up saying red wizrobe. This room, you can kill all the red wizrobes and you have a decent shot at getting a bomb drop. You should have at least one bomb here. If you have 0, you're not boned. But either way, I would kill these red wizrobes. And I'll show you a strat in a moment that can get you bombs. Or that can get you an easy kill. They die in one hit with the magic sword, so they're pretty easy to kill, but they do more damage than any enemy in the game short of Ganon himself. Do not let these guys shoot you. They hurt. With the blue ring, they do 2 hearts of damage. Only Ganon does that much damage. So if they hit you, you can only take a couple hits from them before you're going to be in trouble, and there's a lot of them in this dungeon. So just be aware. Red wizrobes are always going to be standing still. They phase in and out. So get out of their way and hit them from the side. I'll show you that in a moment. From there, we're going to go up and up to a room where we have to kill 8 keys. We call that room the Belfry. Kill the keys, move on. And then the magical breakfast room 1, which is this room here. This room is scary, but I'll show you some strats that'll help you out. Wizrobes are much scarier casually than they are in the speedrun. Once you understand how they move and where your safeties are, they're not nearly as bad as they usually are for most people. We're going to go up after we clear that room, and we're going to bomb the room here on the right into this room where there's a key on the floor. I would grab it because it's reasonably free to get anyways, but if you have 2 keys entering this dungeon, you don't need it. Again, I just grab it anyways. It's not hard. Go down into this room where you're going to kill all the enemies, and that'll open the shutter here, where you'll go into the magical breakfast room 2. You need to kill all the enemies in this room to push the block that's going to take you into a warp, which takes you to this part of the dungeon here. You're going to go down into this room here where there's another key. You kill all 3 of the Vyres, you get a key. You're going to go left to this room. Up. I believe this is a key door. It might be, I think. Here's your boss, which is the Goma. You're going to use an arrow to kill him. And then finally, your Triforce. So that's the layout of level 6. Now let's go through it. Head on over to here. And here's our red wizrobe room I was telling you about. Do not touch your controller. And they will always spawn in front of Link. I'm trying to pause it so you can kind of see. They will always spawn in front of Link. As you're going through this transition, just let off the D-pad. If you don't, this will happen. See how they're all over the place right there? Oh, Link is in a bad spot. This is one of those, like, you might be wondering how I got in this situation right here. Well, let's just say we got the best Wi-Fi signal you could possibly have. You do not want to be on that square. Ooh. Too much Wi-Fi. He's got the 5G. Stand here until they spawn. Once they spawn, walk out and hit them, and we got our bombs. This room does have a master, as you saw. I only killed one, and it killed all the Wizrobes, but you can't rely on that. If you go into this room, let me reset the dungeon and show you again. If you go into that room and they're spread out like they were, just be aware that they can mess you up pretty quick. Stand still and get out of the way if they're spread out like that and they're gonna hit you. You usually have about a second to hit them and then get out of the way and attack them from the side. So that would actually look kind of like this. Let me show you. This is important to know when it comes to red Wizrobes. So stand in the door, wait for them to spawn, come up here. This is safe too, you can do that. Either way works. Just try to get your bombs and get the heck out of here. This is our bomb refill dungeon, and I'll show you all the spots where we're gonna get bombs. But basically, yeah, kill these guys, head on up here, go through this room as quick as you can. If anything gets in your way, kill it. Hopefully you saw beam swords for this room, but if you don't, it's fine. Just kill these guys as quick as you can, pick up this key, and move on. I did not put that on the legend, I apologize. Let me fix that real quick. This room is scary if you look at it, but it's not really. Just hold up, they won't touch you. And welcome to one of the most notorious rooms in Zelda, the magical breakfast room number 1. 2 blue Wizrobes, 2 likes, 2 red Wizrobes, and a bubble. Sorry, 3 likes, 2 red Wizrobes, and a bubble. The thing with this room is there's a couple different strategies. I'll show you top tier runner strategies just so you kind of have an idea of what we look for. And then I'll show you a safer way to do this. So when I'm playing this room, I go right up the middle. Oh, I was gonna get hit there. Oh, that was bad. Let me try that again. Something like that. It's kind of what I'm looking to do when I'm in that room. That's super advanced and super scary. If you don't understand the way that the enemies move, don't try this at home. Here's what you can do instead. As soon as the shutters shut, you can pause the game if you want and kind of see where the Wizrobes are and kind of make a game plan. The most important thing to remember here is to not let these guys hit you with their Wi-Fi. Do not let them hit you with your Wi-Fi. As you enter the room, more than likely the Wizrobes are going to be on a tile that you can hit them on. So pause it. Okay, I have a Wizrobe directly in front of me behind the like, so I can't kill him, but I have a Wizrobe to my right. I can turn and kill him, and there's one enemy down already. I'm going to go over to the side, start picking off these likes, and now, with blue Wizrobes, remember 3 things. 1, just like the gorillas, if I'm on the half tile to the right of them as they're going vertically, they cannot shoot me. 2, they will not fire on Link unless they can see him. Now, blue Wizrobes, let me show you something real quick. Blue Wizrobes will not fire on Link unless I'm in their line of sight, or if I'm, I believe, above them. Yeah, above them on the half tile, they'll shoot. I don't know if they'll fire on me. Yeah, they will not. See, they're not firing on me. See, like, really, honestly, they're not scary. They're not scary unless you're in their line of sight. The reason most people get messed up by blue Wizrobes is that they focus on the blue Wizrobes and they leave all those other enemies alive. And what ends up happening is those blue Wizrobes eventually corner them and they get bubbled and they panic and then they go running all over the place and these blue Wizrobes just start blasting them. So, especially if you still have beams, but let's pretend you don't. Go over and kill this guy. Get a game plan. Take it slow here. Don't let these guys hit you. If that happens, it happens. Don't panic. Just look for an opening. Now, one thing to know with blue Wizrobes, let me kill every enemy in here other than the Wizrobes. I wanted to show you these guys real quick. Jerks. Okay. Now, for the remainder of this room, I'm just going to walk around for a little while, and I'm going to show you. They can hit you when they phase. That was actually a really, really aggressive phase. They rarely phase that much. Usually they'll go in right angles like they are. They're not aggressive towards Link, really. The only time they're ever going to fire on him is if I'm in their line of sight. And if I stay on the half tiles, the only time they'll fire on me is if I'm above their line of sight moving horizontally. Like right there, they're not going to fire on me. So the best way to fight them is to stay below them on a half tile. Like that. Something like that. Anticipate their movement like they're going to come at you. Now, if that seems too complicated and you don't think you can do it, when all else fails, YOLO. Remember, you got potions. The best offense is a good defense. Or the best defense is a good offense. Remember, you got blue ring and potions. If these guys are messing you up, just freaking kill them. They're only going to do a full heart of damage with every beam with the blue ring. 2 hearts with the green tunic. With green tunic, you probably can't get away with that. But with blue ring, you probably can kill them as long as you're not getting bubbled before they can do any severe damage to you. At most, you're going to get hit 2 or 3 times, maybe 4, which is a lot, but you've got a potion. Remember, in The Legend of Zelda, your best defense is a good offense. But don't do that. Fight them from the half tile. Let me take a heart of damage so I can fight them without beams. Oh no! Okay, let's not do that. Okay, let's reset these guys. Let's get that bubble away from me. That bubble's being a jerk. Alright, there we go. God damn, that bubble is being a jerk. Go away, sir. There. Something like that. One thing to know is that Wizrobes will rarely go the direction opposite of what they're traveling. So if he's going left to right, you can probably attack him from the left. Perfectly safe. Usually they're either going to turn a right angle towards Link, or they'll phase. And when they phase, it's diagonal. Very rarely will they be in a spot where they can hit you if you're following behind them. So keep that in mind. But once they change direction, be aware that they can phase into you. So just be ready for it. And again, it's usually better to fight them from below and or the half tile. And that is your Wizrobe lesson for today. Those strategies are going to carry you not only here in level 6, but later on in level 9 as well. They're important to know because we got to fight Wizrobes at least 4 more times in this run. It's scary, but you can do it. In this room, head to the right and bomb and only kill what's in your way. Get the heck out of here. In this room, you're going to walk straight to this key, kill anything that's in your way. That was bad luck, nothing I could do about it. That is what we call the FU beam. Wizrobes have a timer with their beams. Sometimes they shoot, sometimes they don't. You can get unlucky. Unfortunately, where the red Wizrobe spawned, I couldn't dodge that beam. I was going to get hit no matter what there. That can happen. If you really want to play it safe in this room, let me show you what this room looks like. You can just hug the outside, but those guys can phase right over the lava. I wouldn't do that. You're probably better off going straight for that key, stabbing any red Wizrobes in your way, and just get the heck out of here. Get the key and go, and hopefully they don't spawn in your way. In this room, we have our Vyres, our old friends from level 4. One thing to know is that the magical sword will kill them in 1 hit. We can now get items off these guys. You do not need to bomb them, and they drop bombs. We need bombs, so kill them all. We have to kill them anyways. Hopefully we get a bomb drop. If not, we're not screwed yet. There we go. Oh, God. Oh, that's terrible luck. Hold on. No. We're getting our bombs. That can happen, by the way. Nothing we can do about that. I'm getting my bombs, damn it. I earned those. There we go. Just keep in mind that can happen. If that does, don't spend too long trying to get them. Just move on. If you can't get them in the walls, you can't clip into those walls like you can blocks or the water. So if that happens, just that sucks, move on. This is the magical breakfast room number 2. Another scary room. A couple things to know. If you're following the route that I'm doing and you're not going in and out of rooms, the way spawns work in this game are they're based on your path. If you followed the exact path I did, without going any deviance at all from level 7 to this point, and these guys will always be set up this way. The blue Wizrobes will be on each side of the block, and there will probably be a red Wizrobe in your way here. Exact same enemy set that we had in the other room, but this room's a little easier because there's only one block in your way, and you're coming in from the left, which makes this a little bit easier to deal with, but not much. This is a pretty tough room. You have a couple options here. If you've got plenty of bombs, you can walk right in and drop a bomb there. And if you get a bomb drop, you can even do that. Remember, they can't hit you from the right side if they're going vertically. Just pick them off. Take your time. This is a good room if you get bubbled to switch to arrows. And the reason is we're going to be using arrows in a second anyways. So it's not really a time loss. And if you've got plenty of money, just unmenu and go to town on these guys, because otherwise they'll eat you like that. And once you have your sword back, go ahead and finish them off and get the heck out of here. If you have magical shield, you might want to play that a little safer. Alright. Head down here as soon as you spawn, and they're in one last room with a key. You're going to want to kill all 3 of these Vyres. Don't worry about it if you get hit here. This boss is literally free. As long as you can get through these rooms without dying, you're fine. This room is scary looking at first, but then you realize these guys aren't going to do any big deals to you. It looks scarier than it really is. What we're going to do is we're going to walk out to the second tile, up to the second tile from the top, left to the door and out. Now, if you're short bombs, there's another way to do this room. That's reasonably consistent. I've only died in this room one time in my entire Zelda 1 career where I was not trying to farm bombs, like where I was just trying to get through with low health. If you follow that path and you don't deviate at all, you'll get through this room every time. But if you do not have 8 bombs at this point, same strat as before. Stay in the doorway till they spawn, kill them, and hopefully you get lucky. Then just wait for an opening and get the heck out of here. Alright, Goma. Goma can only die using bow and arrows. She will either go left, right, or straight down. If she goes straight down, you can hit her as soon as you come in. If she goes left or right, the way I like to do it is I'll come over here and fire from, fire from here. If she goes right, you can fire from here or here. If you're not sure, get in her face. She's not scary. She only does a half-hearted damage. You can just get right in the middle of this room and wait for her. Oh no, you did a half-hearted damage. Oh no. Just wait for an opening. Worst case scenario, you can just wait until the next cycle. Get in that face. Be extra aware that arrows do take a rupee. So if you used arrows in the magical breakfast room earlier, like I showed you, if you do not have any money, you could potentially screw yourself, because if you have no money, you can't kill this boss. Which means you'll either have to kill Wizrobes or those Zols or the Vyres and hope you get a rupee drop. But try to save a rupee for this room no matter what. Honestly, you want more than one, because I've missed this Goma before and lost a run, and most runners have as well. If you come into this room with 1 rupee, you better make that shot count. Come on up here, switch to the recorder. We only have 2 levels left to go. And honestly, level 8 is not bad. It's really quick. It's scary, but if you have the potion, you should be fine. Now, remember that this save has the recorder at level 3 because I did the tricorder. You're probably not going to have that. So what you're going to do... Oh, no, the save is on 4. Okay, so if you did the tricorder strat that I showed you earlier to get the bait, you're only going to whistle once. If you did not, you're going to whistle down twice. Make sure that second toot gets off before the recorder gets you. And if that guy's going to shoot you, kill him. Head down here. If you do not have 8 bombs, kill every blue enemy you see until you get a bomb drop or until you get to level 8. Kill them all. You should have beams here. Just throw some beams out. Kill these guys. Hopefully you get some bombs. If you don't, You can go right here for bombs, or you can go down here for bombs and kill these guys over here as well. This is one of the best places in the game to farm bombs, but as you can see, I just killed 10 blue enemies and didn't get any bomb drops, so don't count on them. You should get bombs in 6, but if you don't, that's your backup. Your absolute backup from this point, if you do not have bombs, and I'll tell you how many you need. This is level 8, by the way. Burn this bush and that'll open up level 8, which is here on the map. When we blew the recorder, it took us to level 2, which is right here. You're going to go down, right, down, level 8. If you're out of bombs, and you need bombs to beat this dungeon, in fact, you need 2 to beat this dungeon. No more, no less. But you're also going to need bombs for level 9. And if you're short on bombs here, you're in trouble. So your absolute backup here, for 20 rupees, you can go over to that arrow shop I showed you before, over here on the right. You see where my cursor is? This shop right here sells arrows and sells bombs, but it's 20 rupees for 4. That is your absolute backup. One final thing to note before we go into level 8 is that if you do not have a potion right now, remember that backup I showed you on the coast right here. Instead of going down to level 8, you can go left, left, down, down, pick up this potion, and then return to level 8. You can also do that after level 8 if you need the potion in 8. But that's really up to you, how confident you are. With 13 hearts and a magical sword and potions and the blue ring, you should be good. But this is a scary dungeon. Luckily, it's quick. And if you get in here with full hearts and you got your bombs, and you should have your bombs, you'll be alright. Let's go on in. Now, before we go into level 8, let me show you the map so you see what we're dealing with. This is a super simple dungeon in regards to where we go. Oh, hey, this one. There we go. Did it not save my map for 7? What the heck? It didn't save my maps for any of this. Yo, that's stupid. Okay. Anyways, we're here. We're gonna go up to here, and we're gonna bomb this wall. This is the Blue Lagoon. We're gonna have to kill every enemy in that room. I'll show you how I deal with it. We're gonna go through this room, another scary room. This is the final Blue Lagoon where we have to kill every Dark Nut, and we're gonna go right from there into this room, which is our staircase. Our staircase is gonna take us to this room here, which we will then bomb the wall above, which takes us to the boss, and then finally the Triforce. And that's all. That's a huge level. Look at all these rooms, and we're not even going in. There's a couple items in this dungeon. Neither are required. I'll show you where they're at just for semantics, but you really don't need them. The magical book is here, and the magical key is here. To get to the magical key, you'll need 3 arrows minimum, and it's pretty dangerous. I wouldn't go for them. It's not worth it. They are absolutely not required. Huh, PB? Oh, yes, a good boy. Hi, buddy. Did you have a good nap? Yes, you did. You had a good nap, huh? What a good boy. Alright, so we're gonna head up, and there's a manhandle in this room. This manhandle is scary. We don't have to fight him, though. Only fight him if he gets in your way. Otherwise, just ignore him. Go straight up to the top, bomb this wall, and get the heck out of here. But now we're in a scary room. Welcome to Blue Lagoon 1. These Dark Nuts do a full heart of damage with Blue Ring. The fireballs only do a quarter. That's the key to this room. Do not let the Dark Nuts hit you. Do not run from a fireball into a Dark Nut. Other than that, same rules apply, really. I'll show you one strat you can do if you have beams that'll almost always get you a hit. And the only caveat is sometimes the Dark Nuts will walk down into you, so just be ready for it. As we come into the room, walk to this tile that I'm on now. As soon as I'm done walking up to that tile, I'm going to go up and sword that Dark Nut that's right above me. Hopefully my beams will go through him, and if I'm lucky, I can get 2 free hits before I even have to worry about strategies. Hi, PB. Go get him. Go get him. Why are you shaking your head again? He was doing that yesterday, too. I don't know what his deal is. The last couple days, he's woken up from naps, and his ear has been bothering him. But then like during the day, he's fine. So I don't know if he's got like an infection or if he's got like water in the ear or something, but he's been doing this for like a couple of days. Let me go live to PB Cam so I can show you guys this poor Doge. Let's go live to PB Cam. I don't think you guys will mind too much. Little Doge Cam. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Oh, what a good boy. The mascot of level 8. Look at him. Oh, what a good boy. He's a burp. But look at his ear. It's hanging low. He's going to watch. He's going to shake his head in a minute. It's okay. That's a good boy. What a good boy. You want to go get some water? Go get some water. Thomas, you okay? You want to go? Okay, lay down then. I don't know what you want. I'm done with you. All right. So anyways, this is the strat that I do. It's up to you if you want to do it. Go right to here, sword up. Now again, I'm going to fight them from the side. If you get hit, don't panic. Just find an opening. Always run. Always assume they're going to hit you. It's okay to go for health, but do not let yourself get hit going for health. That's a rookie mistake. Don't run from fireballs if it's going to put you in danger of getting hit from a darknet. Fight them from the sides. Take your time. Don't panic. Don't rush for health. The health will be on the screen for like 10 seconds. Don't worry about it. Wait till you have an opening for it. You're better off letting it disappear than getting hit again. Take your time, find an opening, kill them, and move on. Scarier than it looks. In this room, let me show you. Actually, I'm glad that happened. This room is not scary, but these Gibdos can get in your way. If they do, just go to the side, wait for an opening, and get through. Your whole purpose of this room is just to get on out. Blue Lagoon 2. Now, the only difference in these strats is that we don't really have a safe spot to stand in regards to the fireballs, other than right here. But here isn't really safe. These dark nuts can come down, and these guys can still fire on you. So, it's not 100% safe to stand there. I wouldn't even bother. Just try to get them from the side. Attack them from the side. Remember to whip and run. Whip and run. If they turn, don't worry about it. Whip and run. That's okay. I got hit one time. Not a big deal. Remember, whip and run. Don't go after the fairy till you know it's safe. Then you can go get your fairy. Take your time in those rooms. Look for openings to attack. Always approach darknuts from the side. Rarely from the back. Never from the front. The side is always safe, and then as you stab them, run away. Don't just stand there and do this. That's a rookie mistake. They will hit you. Don't do it. In this room, just try to get through. If you get hit, it's fine. Just try not to. And then in this room, after we take this staircase, we have an important thing to know. This room is full of Pole's Voice. Pole's Voice are scary. You can use arrows to kill them if you're low on health, by the way. An arrow melts these guys. They take a lot of sword hits, but if you use arrows, you can kill them in one hit. I'll show you a strat that you can use if you're desperate for health that might get you a heart or two. No guarantees, but you might get a lucky heart. Anyways, as soon as we spawn, we're going to hold up and we're going to bomb. Let me show you what that looks like. As soon as we spawn, hold up, bomb. One more time. Then if you want to kill these Pole's Voice, you're going to menu to the arrows. Go left and fire, and then go over here and fire. And we got a lucky heart. One more time. Go here, fire down, go here, fire up, and if they dodge you, you can fire up there as well. That's what we're looking for. Something like that. You don't have to kill them. That's a backup if you're desperate for health. If you're not desperate for health, just get the heck out of here. Sword through them. Use their iframes to get through. Get the heck out of here. Don't waste time. Only do that if you're desperate for health, because once these guys split, this room is dangerous. You don't want that. This room is now deadly. Get the heck out of here. Alright, Gleeok with 4 heads. She's reasonably tough if you're low health. But if you have more than 5 or 6 hearts at this point, which is reasonable, especially if you have potions, she can't kill you. With Blue Ring and Magic Sword, you will kill her before she kills you. In fact, watch how long it takes her to kill me. I'm just walking in front of her and stopping. I'm not doing anything else. Look at this. Look how long it's taking her to kill me. I've been in this room for 36 seconds. Okay, no, I was in the room for 15 seconds. I'm sorry, 15 seconds. Look at this. Now, why is this important? Why is this impressive? Watch this. All I'm doing is walking up to her heads and just just tapping A. That was a reckless, strat-free fight. All I did was walk up to her heads and hit A, and I only took 2.5 hearts of damage. Now, if you don't have that luxury, or if you want to fight her better, same strats as before. Pretty much that's how you would fight it. Optional heart. Takes about 3.5 seconds to grab it. For your first run, I'd say grab it. I got that heart till I was sub 31. Might as well grab it. It's right there. And I've had that heart save me in runs before. You're going to menu back to your recorder, and welcome to the end game. You did it. It's time to beat the game. This is another good chance for you to take a break, and if you'd like, you can stop here and come back for level 9 another day. We're going to go ahead and finish this up right now, but if you are looking to do this in chunks, this is a great moment to take a break. That's totally up to you. Oh, Jesus. I just saw something in a PM. I'm sorry. I just wanted to mention that in case the person that I'm making this tutorial for happens to be here. Although this tutorial's for everybody. I'm making it for a good friend that I care about a lot, and hopefully she will do really good at this. But this is made for everybody, really. Anybody who wants to learn this game, this tutorial should be able to help you. I'm going to highlight it. I'll probably even put it on my YouTube. But anyways, you did it. You got all 8 Triforces. You got all the stuff you need to beat the game. Right? Kinda. There's one last item in level 9 that we need to get. For your first run, I would suggest you get a potion if you haven't already used all your potions. If you still have the potion from earlier in the game in your pocket right now, good. Take it with you to 9. If you have a blue potion, maybe go and get one. I would probably do that. If you did not get the bomb upgrade earlier in the run and those rupees are still there, you can go buy a potion by grabbing those rupees. Or if you have at least 40, is it 40 or 48? I think it's 48. It might be 40. I can't remember the amount the blue potion is. You can buy a potion. Remember, we grabbed the letter earlier. If you didn't grab the letter, obviously you can't do that. But you have options here for potions. All else fails, use the letter, take it to a potion shop. There is a couple more potion shops, by the way, that are on the way to level 9. So if you're using the letter, we're going to be warping to level 1 right in the dead center of the map in a few moments. And our route is going to take us here, up here, where there's a potion shop behind a bomb spot in the wall. I'll show you where that is. Up, left is level 9, and then if you still need a potion, there's another potion shop right here. So the path here is pretty simple, but you may... Oh, is it 40? Thank you, Fred. How's it going, Fred? By the way. Sorry, I've been ignoring chat most of this, but Fred Coughlin is in chat and was telling me what the potions were. So 40 rupees for the blue, 68 for the red. You have options. None of them are necessarily quick, but for your first few runs, it's fine. But with the 2 safety potions that we left in the route, you probably are good to go. So what we're going to do is as soon as we spawn, if we have the recorder equipped, we're just going to hit that, we're going to hit that B button. That's going to take us to level 1. One last thing to note. If you do not have 6 bombs right now, before you recorder to 1, remember this bomb shop I showed you over here on the coast? That is a good backup if you need bombs. You can also go up into the woods and kill the blue moblins like I did on the way to 8. And you might get a lucky drop there. Your last chances for lucky drops are on the way to 9. If you do not have bombs, you're going to have to force in 9. And this is the first time, other than that time I showed you in level 4, where I sincerely think you're going to want to at least consider a bomb force. It's a little scary, but once you see my routing for it, you should be able to do it reasonably comfortably. And I'll show you a nice backup if you screw up and you're scared that you're going to ruin the run, where you'll be able to get a bomb pack and at least have something that'll get you hooked up. So anyways, as soon as you land, you can switch to bombs. If you want to go get that potion and you haven't yet, the one that's below level 1, which you probably did get if you're following my route, you can go get that now. But you probably already got that. So hopefully you've got a potion. If not, figure out a way to get one. And let's go. Let's go to 9. This guy will drop bombs sometimes. Except for when you need them. This is that potion shop I was telling you about. It's behind that wall there. Watch out for these guys. They randomly bounce right or left, never straight down. Just find an opening and get through. Watch out for this guy too. This guy's sneaky. Sometimes he'll stop and shoot you after you've already committed to the left. If you have an opening to kill him, just kill him. One hit with the magical sword will take care of him. This screen here is scary when you're not scrolling. Unfortunately, you're not scrolling, so this is a reasonably difficult screen not to get hit. Just take your time. If you can scroll, this is a really good one to scroll. This is a scary screen for people who do not screen scroll. It's ironic because for runners who do scroll, this screen is like an afterthought. It's kind of weird to think about like how screen scrolling changes the game for the better once you get the hang of it. But anyways, get through. Same thing here. You're just going to want to make your way over to this rock here and bomb. Get inside. Welcome to level 9. All right, so we're going to split level 9 into a couple chunks. Let's open up the map and I'll show you what we got to deal with. So we're starting in this room here. We need to get to this room here. There are 4 different ways to get there, but we're not going to worry about that. We're going to go up here. This is the room with the old man that says ones who do not have Triforce can't come in. Well, we do have the Triforce, and we are ones. So we're going to go up again into this room, where we're going to bomb this wall here. If you do not have 3 keys at this point in the run, you need this key. If you have 3, you can skip it. It's in the route for most advanced routes, but because you had the white sword in 3, you have an extra key right now. You don't need it, so you can skip it. It's good to know it's there, though, because if you do switch to a 3 first route, that key becomes practically required, so you're going to want it. Right now, you don't. Just know it's there. That is going to take us up to this area. I believe this is the room, which will then take us to here. Here's our first Patra. We're going to go up to this room where we're going to bomb the left wall and take us to staircase 2. Let's take that as our first chunk. That's a good sized chunk, and that'll be the first part of level 9. Right about to where we exit that second staircase is where you're going to have to start counting. I'll show you a couple backup strats if you have some issues. But as we go into level 9, excuse me, this room, if you're not getting the key, is not required combat. However, this is a great chance for you to reset your count if you don't know it. You can take a bop here. Most beginners aren't going to have to worry about that. You're probably going to get hit by Wizrobes anyways. That's not anything against you as a player. It's just the simple fact that Wizrobes are tough to fight even for pros. You're probably going to get hit. Don't rely on that. Start counting from this point forward. But just keep that in mind. You need to know your count in level 9. Unless you get a lucky drop. It's better to just try. So touch that bubble. Wait for an opening and go. Now our count is at 0 and we know that. From this point forward, anytime you get hit, your count is 0. Just remember that. Count every kill until you take damage. That sounds hard to do, but there's only a few rooms that you have to worry about it. It's scarier in concept than it is in execution, because we're only going to be killing a few enemies. This room here is another room where I strongly suggest block clips. You don't need to, especially if you have beam swords, but I would do it. One thing to note is if you're not comfortable with bomb forces, you can stand here and kill these guys until only one is left. And now, if you're able to bomb him, wait for an opening, and there's your forced bomb. That is an option. I don't recommend that, but it is an option. Just block clip. Get the heck out of here. That's really what you should do. If you kill any keys here, you're going to count it. In fact, from this point forward, every kill is a count. There are 3 likes here. That's 1. See, at the top of the screen, our counter is 1. Even though I got damaged there, we still killed the like. That's 3. So there's 3 likes there. If you kill any of them, just remember, if there's not 3 there, you killed some. It looks like there's only 2, but now you can see they split. Now there's 3. Same thing here. Just try to get through this room without killing too many enemies. Just get out of here. This room takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's not terribly difficult. It's just kind of awkward. This is a room that's kind of an afterthought to a lot of runners, but it is important because if you get swallowed by a couple likes there, you can lose 2 or 3 hearts and a lot of time. And if you have the magic sword or magic shield, you can lose that as well. Head to the right here. Be aware that these whiz ropes can shoot you as you walk in. They usually won't. If they do, be ready for it. You just step up and then back down and then continue to the right. So this Patra, there's a couple different ways you can deal with this Patra. If you're not getting the red ring, you can skip him. But skipping him is kind of tough and you're probably going to have to practice it. I'll show you what skipping him looks like. You're going to walk to here. I screwed it up. Let me just do it. Sometimes Patra, by the way, can give you a weird pattern. So you have to kind of be really good at reading his patterns. This takes practice. Not worth doing for beginners. There is the other option. You can just tank it. Patra's going to do a full heart of damage with blue ring. So best case scenario, you're probably going to take 2 or 3 hearts of damage if you try to brute force this. You're better off if you can't do the skips, which require sorting through her orbitals. Or if you really want, you can try the old school method, which is where you stop there. It's tough. This is a tough thing to do. It's going to take practice, which, if you're just starting out, you get a lot to learn, right? Just stand to the left, wait for an opening, and just start stabbing. Now, we do want to kill this Patra, unless we have an opening to get out. If she gives us an opening, we're just going to go. She's not really giving us an opening until there, and so I still got hit. So it's kind of like, one thing to know too is that if you don't kill her and you die, she'll be back when you return. Oh, and there's a bomb drop there. I forgot about that. Yeah, there's a bomb drop there. So couple things to know. I totally forgot about that bomb drop. You know how long it's been since I got this goddamn bomb drop? So it's up to you if you want to get that. By the way, chat, I'm in the middle of a tutorial, so I apologize that I'm not answering y'all. I'm just letting y'all know what's going on. Anyways, if you want the bomb, get it. In fact, not a terrible way to route it in as a beginner. Now you'll never have to deal with this Patra again. If you get lucky, she'll stay right and you won't take any damage. You can pick this up and go. You're gonna bomb this left wall. And now, welcome to the final difficult, scary Wizrow room. Now people are gonna be like, whoa, wait a second, JSR. What about the reverse C? Oh, don't worry. I got you. Got you. This room is scarier in reverse C in my opinion, because this room is deceptively difficult and there's not a really consistent strat. There are consistent strats that require a lot of experience and practice and stuff like that. I'll show you one thing you can go for, but if this doesn't work, or if you take a lot of damage against Patra, you're probably gonna want to try something else. But this is the strat that I would do. So in this room, there are 2 red Wizrobes and 3 blue Wizrobes. Seems simple enough. You're like, there are rooms in level 6 that are easier than this. Well, yeah, you're right. But this pattern is extremely volatile. Those blue Wizrobes are gonna group near the middle, and you're gonna have to go to the middle to kill them. If you act quickly, you can actually kill these blue Wizrobes very quickly. Just make sure that these red Wizrobes are not going to hit you. Now, because you're going through a bomb hole, you can't wait in the doorway. But if you don't touch the D-pad, they'll still spawn either in the same vertical or horizontal row that Link is in. So our first move is going to be to bail to the left here. Get out of their way. Ignore them. As far as you're concerned, they don't exist. You're going to go above this block and get towards the middle of the screen. I'll show you what I mean in a moment. And we're going to focus on these blue Wizrobes. Remember, the best defense in Zelda 1 is a good offense. I'm just trying to kill him. Just trying to kill him. I got hit 3 times in that room, which is not great, but they're dead. We're done. And we got potions in our pocket. Hopefully they won't phase like they did into me. Plus, I'm a little rusty, if I'm being honest. Another option you can do, although this is riskier, is dropping a bomb. It's risky because if you miss, you don't want to waste bombs in level 9. You really don't want to waste bombs in level 9. The other thing that you have to remember is we need a count. So even if you get the Patra bomb, you need to make sure that you have a lot of bombs for the rest of level 9. We have 2 bomb walls that we have, 3 bomb walls that we absolutely need to bomb. So of our 6 bombs, we only have 3 for combat. You might think that's a lot, but we're going to use all 3 of those, trust me. If you're not confident in your ability to do the reverse C with the silver arrows with 3 bombs, you might want to start a count here. Now, what that means is that you're not going to know your count if you fought Patra, right? If you get hit in this room, start counting. Try to think about how many enemies you killed before you got hit. And then go from there. The way I used to do it when I was new and I would panic, because I would panic. I would be like, oh crap, I forgot my count. Because your heart's racing. It's level 9, man. You're on PB pace. You're flying, styling, profiling. And you get into this room and you're like, ah, shit. I don't remember my count right now. Like right now, my count's 8. I didn't know that. I just killed Patra, right? Oh no. Oh no, what's my count? Oh god, I got red Wizrobe. Oh my god, what just happened? Oh my god, I'm fucking dead. Oh my god, I'm fucking dead. I'm fucking dead. Oh my god, what's my count? That's a typical 2017 JSR level 9 right there. 2016 level 9. Like, that was me back in the day. I'd be like, ah, shit. I'm freaking screwed. If this happens, assume your count's like 3 or so. I would say it's obviously no higher than 5. And if you killed any enemies before you got hit, it's probably 3-ish. It might be lower. It might only be 1. That's okay. I got you. Push this block. If you need to use a potion here, use a potion. In fact, I'm doing this room over. That was sloppy on purpose. Now remember what I was saying about Wizrobes. They cannot hit you if you're on the half tiles. Remember, only if I'm above them. And also, one thing to remember is do not bail for health unless you know it's safe. If you saw beams, by the way, this room's practically free. Wizrobes are scary unless you remember how they fight. Oh, by the way, I'm glad that just happened. If a beam is coming at you laterally, horizontally, you cannot dodge it from below. So don't try. I saw that Wizrobe was going to attack me from below. I was like, nah, I gotta bail. See? It's really not scary. Just fight them from the half tile. Vertically, it's almost always safe. Horizontally, as long as you're not above them, it's safe. It's always best to be below blue Wizrobes on the half tile. So if he's here, get below him and stand on the half tile and be ready to attack him as he comes by. If he's going to corner you at the bottom, bail. Pay attention to where the red Wizrobes are and just try your best to remember what your count is and get the heck out of here. So my count is 3. Just so happened to be 3. I didn't know it was 3. I assume it's 3. If you forget what the count is, always assume 3. Why do you always assume 3? Well, there's only 4 keys in here. So let's say it's 5. By some miracle of God, I killed all 5 of those Wizrobes, and my count is 5, right? If I kill all 4 of them, my count's 9. You want to kill all 4 of them. Use arrows if you have to. My count, I assume it's 7. It can't be more than 10. It's impossible for it to be more than 10 if you get hit after Patra before this room. It's impossible for it to be more than 10. So I got hit in the next room. I know I got hit. So I assume my count's 3. It's always going to be 7 here. Even if it's 9, I'm fine, because what we're going to do is we're going to come out the staircase, wait for these guys to group up, drop a bomb. Okay, well that was not 10, obviously. And it didn't drop a 5 rupee either. So I know I didn't force a rupee, and I know I didn't force a bomb. My count is at least 5 right now. If I know my count is 8, I can try to group these guys together and bomb them. And there's my bomb, right? But let's say I do that, and I still don't have a bomb. Well, now, remember, we killed 4 Keys, 3 Zols, and the last enemy minimum of next room. No matter what, your count will not be lower than 8. And you haven't forced the bomb yet. Well, look how many enemies are left. That's the trick to forcing bombs in level 9. Unless you just so happen to kill a bunch of enemies and not get hit in 9, you can always force a bomb in this room if you assume your count is 3. Now, if you know what your count is, you're fine. If you actually recognize what your count is, then obviously this doesn't apply to you. But if you forget, assume it's 3, kill all the Keys, and you will always be able to force a bomb in here. Now, one thing to note, if you don't have the boomerang, it's kind of scary, right? You might only have 3 bombs, 2 bombs at this point. If that happens, you gotta wait for an opening. If they're spreading out, you can go back in here. In fact, let's get back here, right? Okay, so my count's 7. Oh no, I didn't get a bomb. What's my count? I don't know. And now I'm scared that I don't know if maybe I'm on my last bomb here, right? Well, if I assume my count is 8, which it is, I'm just assuming it is though. I only need to kill 2, maybe 3. Wait for them to group up. This looks like it's a potential right here. There's my bomb. Obviously, you'd want to get more than that. If you get really lucky, they'll all group up. I've actually killed all 5 with 1 bomb before. It's pretty rare. Also, keep in mind that these guys can drop hearts if you're desperate, but you should still have potions. Even if you get wrecked like I did in that one example, don't use your potion in 9 until you're within 1 hit of death. Remember, the only enemy in this dungeon that can kill you if you have more than a heart is a red Wizrobe beam. If you have more than 2 hearts in this dungeon and blue ring, they cannot touch you. Now, if you have the red ring, you're even better off. I'm not going to show you how to get the red ring because it's dangerous. It takes more bombs. It takes more time. And frankly, it only helps you in a couple rooms. It's not really worth it. To be honest, the red ring is kind of a waste. It's not really worth it. By the way, if you're wondering where we're at, we are over here in this room right here. We're going to go through to this room and into this room where we're going to find our third staircase. Our third staircase is going to take us into this room here, where we're going to go up by bombing this wall. And that will take us to our item staircase, which is where the silver arrows are. Okay? So we're here. This is the room we're in right now with the Zulls. We're going to use a key to go left. Remember, you need a key for this door. If you do not have a key at this point, the only way you can continue the run would be to go all the way back to that key I mentioned at the beginning of 9. That's your only option at this point. Literally, if you have there's no other keys. You got to go all the way back. There is a key near the red ring. It's really out of the way. It's not really worth going for. Just make sure when you enter level 9 that you have 3 keys. If you do not, hopefully you have at least 2. You should have them if you follow the route. There is that one key though, right here near the start. Don't forget that. Anyways, this is the last key of the game. Go ahead and use it. Through this room, just make sure you don't get hit. And welcome to Patcher 2. Another screen where I suggest going for block clips, but at the same time, this is a scary one. Patcher does a full heart of damage every time she hits you, and you're going to have to deal with her on the way back as well. If you're not comfortable with your combat, if you're not comfortable with your health, and or if you're out of potions, the beginner strat is to come down this way all the way to the left and always fight this Patcher from the left. If you fight this Patcher from the right, the game can glitch out and make it extremely dangerous to finish this Patcher off. Just trust me. Try it in practice. You'll see what I mean. Don't do it. Get to the left and attack her from over here. Even if she gives you an opening for getting through, if you're going to attack her at all, just finish her off. You're better off finishing her off. She'll be gone when you get back. You won't have to deal with it. Top runners will skip her, but on the way back, they're almost guaranteed to take, 2 hearts of damage with green tunic, 1 with the blue ring. So push the block, head on through. When you come out the other side of this staircase, make sure you're ready. I'm going to remind you what's going on real quick before we do it. When we spawn, we're going to be in a diamond staircase room with wizrobes everywhere. We're going to want to go up as soon as we can and bomb the wall up, which will take us into the silver arrow room. This section of the dungeon, Nintendo, Miyamoto, y'all are jerks. Because you did this shit on purpose. They made this where there's nowhere safe to go. When you exit this staircase, you have 0 safe places to go until you kill the enemies. You have no places to regroup, no places to hide. You're thrown into the fire. So once you exit the staircase, be prepared. If you need a potion, calculate it in your head. Okay, I've got 3 hearts left. How many hits can I take before I need to use that potion? You may even want to bust the potion out as soon as you bomb this wall. But I'm going to show you. What is that guy on YouTube? What if I told you all the secrets of the pros? What if I told you how to get the silver arrows with nothing but bombs? These are the tips and strategies you can beat video. I like that channel. You can beat video games. I like that guy. Anyways, okay. So as soon as we spawn, take a slight left up to here, drop a bomb. Remember, don't panic. Use select if you need to pause and take a breath. It's fine. You're just losing a little bit of time here. Nothing's going to kill you. You're good. Take your time. Mash select if you need to. But, excuse me. Dry throat. I need to take a drink. Give me 1 second. When we go into this next room, this is another reverse C with nowhere to hide, 3 blue wizrobes, 2 red wizrobes, and bubbles. This is the probably for casual players the most dangerous room in the game. Now, we have 7 bombs, but we don't need 7 bombs. We do, however, need to save 2. So remember, always remember to save 2 bombs in the reverse C room. I don't really have a mnemonic for it. Just always remember, no less than 2. You see 1, you're done. There you go. If you leave with 1, then son, you're done. Or daughter, or honey, or wife, or husband, or whatever. You get what I'm saying. Anyways, so what we're gonna do, I'll show you. We're gonna walk into the room, and as we spawn, the only thing you need to worry about is if there's any red Wizrobes in the bottom row. If the red Wizrobes are on my left, I'm going to stab them with my sword. If they're on the right, I'm going to bail to the left tile that's on the edge of the C. If you understand what I'm saying. Far left column, second row up. That one tile space next to the block. That's your only, and I say this with gigantic air quotes, your only safe spot. That's where you're going to head towards and prep for how we're going to attack this room. As soon as you gain control of Link, you're going to watch out for the Wizrobes, pause if you need to, go left and kill this guy before he fires. Assume, in every run, always assume there's going to be a Wizrobe over there. You're better off doing that than you are hoping to get lucky, because there's a pretty decent chance. I'd say like probably better than a 33% chance. It's probably closer to 50%. That what's 33% plus 33%? Like, it's got to be like something like 50%, I'm guessing. You're probably gonna have a Wizrobe over there, so just assume it and kill them quickly. As soon as you do, our strategy is going to be to get these blue Wizrobes to come down towards us. Now, usually you avoid bubbles, but in this case, we're using bombs. Again, remember, you need to save 2 bombs. So whatever that number is, -2, that's how many bombs you've got for combat. If that number is 0, well, good luck. I hope you have a potion. Don't use your bombs. Even if you're desperate, do not use your bombs. You're better off menuing here to potion if you only have 2 bombs. Don't risk it. You're not saving your run. I promise you. You'd have to get lucky to save your run. Unless you're absolutely desperate, don't do it. I'm so adamant about that because I've lost probably a dozen PBs to this stupid room over the last 6 years. Anyways, so what we're going to do is we're going to wait for these guys to come down and we're going to drop bombs. And if everything goes well, you kill all of them in 3 bombs. Your sword does the same damage, so don't be afraid to use it. But basically, all you're doing is coming left, kill them if you have to. Ooh, we got a lucky bomb drop. That kind of is annoying. Oh, I only had 3 bombs, right? Okay, well, there we go. Don't use too many bombs. I'm going to say that till it's drilled in your head and you hate me. You're like, dude, shut up. I get it. Don't use more bombs. I'm going to say it again. Don't use too many bombs here. This is the part of the run that's so easy to mess up because this is the one part of the run where your heart is pounding, right? Heart is pounding. You're nervous. This is a difficult dungeon. It's really easy to forget. Don't forget. If you do, well, welcome to the club. Pretty much every Zelda runner has done it, but I'm not going to sit here and say I told you so. It's every runner has done it. I've done it dozens of times, but that's something to know. That's something to keep in mind as you play. Push the block, come down, get the silver arrows. And we are now in what we like to call the 2-minute drill. Top runners are going to try to do the rest of this game in less than 2 minutes. You're going to take a little longer because we're not going to do the reverse clip. Now, I'll show you the setup for the reverse clip, but you're not going to do this. Reverse clip, you're going to want to line Link's ears up with the block and then go. Don't do that. It's super scary and risky. You're going to want to practice that. Instead, what you're going to do is you're going to come down and calmly kill the red wizrobes. If you're low health and or nervous, you can exit the room, come back down, and magically one of the blue wizrobes has become a red wizrobe. How cool! That can even give you bombs. If you're ever desperate for bombs, you can do that strat a couple of times and get a couple extra bomb chances. I don't think we can do it again. Maybe we can? Nope, I didn't think so. From here, it's just killing 2 blue wizrobes, or if you feel confident, you can go for the block clip. Either way, I would approach this block clip from the bottom as a beginner, but it's probably going to be hard for you to do because it's really nerve-wracking, right? Up to you how you want to approach it. I would suggest killing them. One thing to know is if you want on the way up here, the initial time before you go get the arrows, if any of the red wizrobes get in your way, just kill them. Make this room easier when you come back. Anyways, we continue. We're done getting items. If you did not kill Patra 2, welcome to why we should kill Patra 2. She'll be here waiting for us. Just go up. In this room, avoid the likes as best you can. If you want, you can do what I like to call the safety clip, where you clip the left side here and just poke your way through. Otherwise, just go slow up the middle. Kill them if you need to. In this room, if any of the likes get in your way, just stab through them and get out. In this room, I still pause here a lot. I want to know where those red wizrobes are. If any of them are in my intended path, I'm going to kill them. And this one just so happens to be at the intersection of my intended path. I'm going to walk left here, kill this guy, drop a bomb in front of the wall, stay away from the wall until the bomb goes off so that the blue wizrobes don't corner me. And as soon as the bomb starts to go off, you can break for the wall. This is another scary room. In this room, do not stand by the door. Those traps will get you. Those traps do a half-hearted damage. The blue wizrobes will do a full heart, and the red wizrobes will do 2 with the blue ring. Keep that in mind. With this room, there's a reasonable strategy that works a lot, and that is to get above the middle where those red wizrobes are. In this case, you're going to want to look at the red wizrobes first. The play field here is shrunk because of those traps. So getting rid of the red wizrobes essentially makes this a reasonably good room to handle the 2 blue wizrobes. Don't use too many bombs. You still need 1 more to bomb 1 more hole. So if you have more than 1, like in this case I've got 4, I have 3 bombs I can play with here. Save 1. Get to here and kind of just chill right here. This is the safe spot right here. Remember, stay below them if you're not sure. Stay away from them. Look for your openings. Behind is always safest with wizrobes. Deke the trap and go through. And welcome to your final wizrobe room of the game. In fact, this is the last scary room that isn't a boss. This room is scary because if you're low health with no potions here, this is the one room where you can die and there's not much you can do about it. By the way, I need to update my map. My bad. Let me update my map real quick. Oh, one thing to note, by the way. So that room where I bombed the wall to the left, if you do not have bombs, well, GG's, I guess. If you don't get bomb drops from the red wizrobes on the way to that room and you decide to go up looking for bombs, the game will basically trap you. And in this any percent no up-a category, the only way you're getting out is either to die or up-a. There are no bombs north of that wall. If you don't have bombs when you're in this room, well, GG's. You will be resetting, which is a kind of a bummer, but I mean, that's the way it goes. Don't let that happen to you. I'm going to say it again. Keep track of your bombs in 9. It's important. You will probably, if you run this long enough, mess this up. That's fine. It happens to us all. Just remember. All right. Anyways, so as you come out in this room is another diamond staircase room with traps and wizrobes. We just need to get out of here. There's a strategy that you can use if you have at least a heart. But if you're low health or if you're trying not to take damage, I'll show you how to deal with it. Pause. So one thing to note as we unpause, because Link spawns where he does, you see where the 2 wizrobes are. We are going to take damage here unless we go slow. We cannot go low. Those blue Wizrobes will hit us. We're going to go high. So how do we do that? Pause. Okay, let's just pretend that Wizrobe's still where we saw him before. Oh, dang. I don't want to take a heart of damage or 2 hearts of damage. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk left until I touch those blocks. I'm then going to go up, and I'm going to purposely let the trap bot me to the left. And then I'm immediately going to go for that wall and bomb that wall. Just like that. And then get out of there. No more Wizrobes. Congratulations. Watch out for the bubbles. Clip the blocks, and at this point, you can switch to arrows. You're done with bombs. Last staircase of the game, and all we have left is Patra, Ganon, and more Dunzo. Get to the left side of Patra. You have a few seconds of iframes before she can hurt you, and just kill her like you did the others from the left. She's reasonably weak against the magic sword. Now, if you still need a potion, go ahead and use one here if you're low health. One thing to note is that Ganon will do 2 hearts of damage if he hugs you, and his fireballs are going to do a half heart of damage. Ganon's going to take 4 hits with the magical sword. There is a very consistent strategy, and I'm going to show it to you, but if you have less than 2.5 hearts and you have a potion in your pocket, I suggest using it now. You do not want to take a Ganon hug. So Ganon, let me go ahead and show you what his room looks like. Now the spawns are different. I just realized that. Hang on. The spawns are different because we killed Patra 2. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. This might take me a few tries, and I apologize. I wish I remembered what the spawns were. Let's see if 5 is right. Nope. Let's try 6. I honestly don't remember. I haven't killed Patra 2 intentionally in years. Okay, so it's not that. Let's try 8. We've tried 5, 6. Try 5, 6, and 7. It's not 8. Try 0. There's only so many left. It's not that. Let's try 4. Sorry, give me a second. Nope. Okay, let's try 3. There's only 2 left. Oh my goodness, are you serious? Ganon, why you do this? Oh my god, are you serious? Literally the last one of 9. I hate this game. I hate this game, dude. Okay. Anyways. So, if you do kill Patra, Ganon will appear in that bottom corner. I'll show you the strats for that as well. If you don't kill Patra, then Ganon... Patra 2. Ganon will always appear where I... Oh, you know why the spawns changed? Ah, it's because I went back in that room. Never mind. Never mind. No, ignore what I was just saying. Ganon will always be in the top left corner unless you change the route. That's why Ganon appeared in the different spot. I didn't think about that until just now. I didn't really go into spawns in this tutorial because it's very advanced. Basically... if you go off route at all, you risk changing the spawns. And if you remember, after the silver arrows, I showed you can go in and out of the room to change the spawns to get that red Wizrobe. Well, that changed your Ganon spawn. So do that at your own risk. Keep in mind that if you do that, Ganon might appear in a different spot. But if you do not do that strat, if you stick to the route, Ganon's always going to appear in the top left, which is what you want. But I'll show you that same spawn that we just had, just so you can see it. But let's do the general fight first. So as you come into the room, Ganon will always be there, and he's gonna wait for a few minutes before he attacks. Reasonably consistently. I forgot to mark off the rest of the dungeon, my bad. Okay. So anyways, as you go into this room, you're going to want to walk just above his nose to the half tile. Left below him, and then up into the first tile of his eyes where you're going to stab up. Stab up until you hit him. Then you're going to walk to his left cheekbone, and you're going to want to get Link pretty much to the bottom of it and stab down. It's a little bit of a rhythm, and it'll take a little practice. If you drop the stun lock, there's a couple different strategies you can use. I'll show you how to fight Ganon a few different times. First things first, let's get this fight going. Above the nose, right to there, to the cheekbone, and stab down. That's a stun lock. Basically, you walk to here, left to here, up to here, and stab. Then here or here works. I actually aimed for here, and I went too far to here. But the most important thing is to get to this location before he spawns. He's invisible, and he can spawn here or here. So if you're here, stabbing down when he spawns and you don't hit him, he's over there. And I'll show you what to do with that in a second. Let's fight Ganon a few times and see if we can't get the proper spawns to show you the differences. Oh no, I missed this. I still got the stun lock. Okay, whatever. I'm trying not to get the stun lock. You can also go left first, but it's a little scarier because Ganon can hit you like that. God bless it. Please? I'm trying not to kill you perfectly, Ganon. Of course, in runs, this never happens. I got an early fireball there. Oh, come on. No! Ganon, why you do this? Keep in mind those fireballs are on a strange global timer. So on every so often, he's going to fire a fireball at you before you're ready. That's why you want to have a little bit of extra health just in case. It can happen. I've died again in fireballs. It'll probably happen to you as well. I'm just trying to get him to go right one time. It was going to be a stun lock. I didn't even bother. Well, how many stun locks in a row have I had? 5? Make that 6. Ganon, stop it. I'm trying to show the alternate strats. Because this never happens in runs, I promise you. There we go. Okay. So you saw how I swung and whiffed? That's not because I messed up the timing of the sword. Ganon's quote-unquote trolling me. It's 50-50 that this can happen. So you have a couple options here. None of them are necessarily good for beginners, but I'm going to show you the actual strat anyways, because it's good to learn it. This is one room in the run that I think even beginners should practice, but there's another strat to it that I'll show you in a moment. So if you miss Ganon, you see that I'm already headed right. That was by instinct. I wasn't even thinking about it. As soon as I saw that I missed him, I'm going to walk directly below his left eye on this cheekbone. And I'm going to go down around his mouth, and I'm going to stab pretty much the same row of tiles that fireball is on right now. Right here. Go back over there, hope for the stun lock. I didn't get it. Same thing. And same thing again. You can actually fight him as long as you want, basically, until you hit him with the silver arrows. Now this is the safety strat. If you lose Ganon and you don't know what to do and you're low health, come over to this corner, because if he spawns there, you can get the stun lock. Oh no, but here's the one bad side about this. If you stand there and just do this, the corner cheese, you will get hit. If you just stand here and mash, you will get hit by Ganon. If you have enough health, you can probably get away with it. Now, before you're asking, how do I know all this? Well, this practice ROM is really cool. Let me show you something. If you've never seen this before. Here's what Ganon actually looks like. Dur, 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 dur. Dur, 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 dur. Dur, 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 dur. Go get you, go get you, go get you. I'm Ganon, yes. I am the best. And that's why whenever you pause, whenever you hit him, that's what he looks like. Those are his poses. So anyways, if you want to mess with Ganon in practice, if you have this ROM, you can activate Show Ganon and basically just try to find an opening. But really, just get used to this movement and you'll kill him 50% of the time. Just watch out for the early fireball, and if you miss the stun lock, know where he's coming. He's going to come from that right cheek, right over the mouth. If you stand on that cheek, on that chin bone, and stab pretty much the same row of tiles where the Triforce is now, you might be able to get away with it. Make sure you have an arrow. It goes without saying. Make sure you come into this fight with at least one arrow and make it count. Time is when you stand next to the princess. If your run sucks and you hate it, you can just stab the fire, come over here, block clip in, and baked potato. We got Dark Link. And GG is as soon as you lose control after you get the Zelda trigger. The Zelda trigger, if you walk up, is basically once Link snaps next to Zelda. That's basically the Ganon trigger, or the Zelda trigger. And once you lose control of Link, that's time. And that is much longer than I hoped it would have been. I didn't think it was going to take 3.5 hours, but that is the first quest beginner's tutorial for The Legend of Zelda 2 First Blue Ring. This basically goes over the entire game as described to beginners. No room strats except for a few rooms where it's really nice. Most of the strats here are not advanced strats, although I did show you some. This should be enough information for anybody to beat this game, regardless of skill level. But if you have the ability to practice, you may only have to do a couple runs of this before you're already thinking to yourself, oh, I don't need the blue ring anymore. I don't need 2 potions anymore. Once you get to the point where you're dropping those safeties, you'll see that time drop as well. I think that this route is really good for beginners and can easily sub 40. Obviously, with a runner with experience, they can do much better than that. But I feel like once you're able to sub 40 on this route, you can start looking at dropping safeties, including the blue ring, which will save you the most time since you won't need to get all the rupees we got. You can also alternate to the red candle route, which would save time as well. And there's a whole sleuth of routing options in The Legend of Zelda. That's what makes this speedrun great. Until you're going for the record, there's always something you can do better. There's always something you can do differently. And there's a whole community of folks out there that will get your back to help you out. This tutorial is intended for a friend of mine, but feel free to share this. Feel free to give it to anybody who might need it. This will be able to take anybody from absolute beginner to joining one of the greatest communities on Twitch and in retro speedrunning. My name is JSR, and I dabble. I hope you enjoyed this. I know it was a little longer than I hoped it would have been. In the meantime, good luck. Let me know on Discord if you have any questions, or come say hi in my stream. And I will catch you all next time. So long, everyone.